white, from LA. They got the building and Nipsey got a mural in front of it.
Yeah.
I forget his name. So at the time, MTV was trying to do a show with me on cars. Nipsey was supposed to pull up. Whatever happened, it didn't happen with him. Nipsey came by the office. Me and him, I did my civil TV with him and everything else. Nipsey came by the office one day. I said, yo, me and my business partner, Steve, want to speak to you. He said, all right, cool. He pulled up to the office. I said, yo, you're telling me you don't have like management, different things. Me and Steve want to work with you. Nipsey had relationships with you, with Big U. He had relationships with so many different people. I didn't X anybody out. That's not for me to do. Nipsey has relationships with everybody. And let's bring it back to the funeral. When Nipsey died, I stopped working with Nipsey. God rest his dead. I stopped working with Nipsey in 2018. In 2018, before he went to Rock Nation. So Mac died. I was going through my own emotional trauma and time and falling back from a lot of things. And Rock Nation was handling his business. But then when he passed, I was there at the hospital and everything with everybody else. Because that day I happened to be on Crenshaw because Slutty Vegan was having an event there. And then it was the same time the situation happened with Nipsey, and we all went to the hospital. Let me just finish. We all went to the hospital. Sam reached out to me and said, yo, we're going to have his funeral at Los Angeles Funeral Home. I said, Sam, it's too many people who want to come. He was like, well, this is what they're thinking. I said, it's too many people who want to come. We got to figure out something bigger. So my role in it, I never cut a person out in the funeral. I cannot do that. That is not for me to do because you know why? There's so many people that Nipsey touched and had love for. So when it was time for even tickets and everything else, I don't have a say where people sit, who came, who did whatever else. I understand your feelings. Wait, Keita, let me finish. Between Hank, who is his manager, between Hank and Khadijah Malika and myself, we helped organize and put the whole thing together. When it was time, there were people who were like, who hit me and said, yo, y'all really can't do this online ticket thing because people in the hood, the Wi-Fi, everybody ain't got Wi-Fi, whatever the case may be. I gave a box of the tickets to his family. I said, so y'all can make sure whoever gets it that needs to be there because there's so many people who are part of his life. That wasn't my decision to make. What I had to worry about was getting the money to pay for certain things, to make sure certain things were handled. I never sit in this direction and say, Karen. I know you was before him. I've never met you. I don't know him personally to say, whatever the case may be. Him and Nip had a relationship just like Nip had a relationship with a lot of other people. But for that situation, that was one of the hardest situations I had to deal with because I was already mourning a friend and I couldn't mourn Nipsey the correct way. I said, at this point, I'm going to make sure I hold this man down as much as possible. I didn't control tickets when it came to people in the community who I made sure, I said the Ethiopian, I said, save this side for people who's coming from Eritrea, from DC, which was on the side of the stage. Rock Nation had a list of their talent and everything else. I said, make sure his family and friends are sitting in the front, but it was a collective. When it comes to street politics, I don't involve myself in that. That's something that you speak to his close core about and everything else. So I'm sorry you feel. Wait. No. Wait. Let me listen.
It was management, and you're standing on this stage naming somebody named fucking Hank. You act like Unique Music wasn't involved.
No, listen. Let me
still signed to Unique Music.
No, well, I don't know that. I'm telling you, referencing my point. So Hank, from 2000 to when we stopped working together, the last thing I did with Nipsey was a Jordan commercial. And that was from there. And that was 2018 that launched on Christmas. After that, he was with Rock Nation. That's in the space he's in. I can't cancel somebody out if I don't know the legal paperwork and everything else. Then we have Marathon Agency. I'm sorry that you felt as though, because there was a lot of people who hit me with that, who was just like, yo, it's just like, I have all this love. There was so many people who wanted to show him love. That wasn't something that I can think
to make a public apology to us, to those of us that broke our motherfucking backs for Nip.
But did you?
Do you ever make a public apology to Unique Music?
But your sis, I didn't know.
Did you ever make a public apology?
This is my first time, Keita.
You didn't do.
What did I take credit for? What did I take credit for? What did I take credit for that started before Marathon? I didn't take anything to do. Proud to Pay. Proud to Pay was the first thing I worked on with Nipsey. Proud to Pay was the first thing we worked on.
You took part in the $100 CD and the $1,000. You was his manager. You got Obama. You got Jay-Z. You got Beyonce. Nip did that shit on his own. The nigga was a fucking genius. He was a pure fucking genius. And you took credit for shit you did not do. And I'm telling you, as a friend, as a person who loves Nip to death, as a person who worked beside Big U as his assistant for 17 years, them two motherfuckers broke their back to make Nip what the fuck he is today in debt. And you took credit for shit you didn't do. I think anybody on the stage can vouch that you took credit for shit that you didn't fucking do. So what I'm asking you for right now, Karen, it ain't nothing against you as a person. It's against your work ethic. I'm waiting for a fucking apology. I'm not sleepless nights with my children in the fucking studio.
Subscribe to End of No
helping
Radio.
that brand, helping that company, and you didn't do a damn thing during that time.
Keita, you can say that we can have an offline. I'm not
you is an apology.
I'm not. I'm sorry. I can't do that. No, I'm not, because she's yelling over me.
I know, Keita, you don't get away from what this room about.
Nah, you can't. Yeah, you're taking away from it, because this is the first time I'm hearing about this. I didn't know the name of Big U's music.
Several people. You said
no, not your story, but people from the neighborhood who goes,
okay, so
I wanted to be there. Could you let me talk? I let you get what you had to say out. And I don't want to keep making this whole thing about Nipsey. I want to move past this, but I want to respect and honor how you feel. I was not aware of what you felt. I don't know any of this. I started working with Nipsey when it came to his the $100 mixtape, and when he was ready to put that out and everything else. Yes, that's when I started working with him. And when it comes to the Barack thing, yes, Marcus, who worked with him, got me that letter to read on stage. I don't know about this Beyonce, Jay-Z thing. I never took credit for that. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but the work I did for him, I'm proud of that. I'm happy for that. I never said I was with him at the beginning. I know there was Johnny Shites, there was you, there was Big U, and there was another gentleman. His name is escaping me right now, light-skinned, bald head. His name is escaping me right now.
Steve Lobel.
Steve Lobel. Steve Lobel was there.
Subscribe. Make sure y'all hit thumbs up.
Is she still there, or did her phone?
Her phone went out, but she's still here. All right. So while she's not talking, Casey, are you back?
Reset.
All right, so no.
Peter, let her move on.
I'm going to allow her to move on. Your absolute fact, so she can touch on the Jesse Wu.
I mean, here go the thing, Keita. It was a
all
bitch.
I'm
She wasn't
asking
around.
for is
Keita, she
you
wasn't
need
there.
to apologize to the Crenshaw district for how the fuck you treated us.
Nah, Keita, let her move
That's all
on.
I'm asking. Apologize to the Crenshaw
Keita, let her move on. Keita, can you let her move on? Let her move on.
Keita, calm down, Keita. Calm down.
Keita, let her move on. She wasn't there. We know she wasn't there. Shit, I know.
Hey,
I was there. Shit.
Hey,
let her move on.
Let me. Hey, Karen.
Yeah, let her say her piece.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get everybody quiet right now, man.
Reset.
To talk.
Once she say her piece, it ain't no issue. I'm waiting for the apology on how you treat the people.
What the room is about, though.
Yes, the fuck it is, because I made the room.
Get her out of here.
I know,
Okay,
but you have
Keita,
the other
calm
young lady.
down.
Hold on, Keita.
Let her address the other lady.
Let them reset.
Yeah, let me reset. Let me reset.
You're gonna give me my apology.
Let me reset.
Oh.
Hold up, y'all.
We can talk to you offline on that.
Yeah, hold up. We're gonna reset right quick. I want to thank everybody for joining the Crenshaw District. You feel me? If you haven't already, follow the greenhouse at the top. I want to thank everybody for joining the conversation. I want to thank Miss Karen Silver for popping in. Whack 100 for popping in. Also, everybody else is popping in. We got Timberland in the audience. Want to shout out Timberland. That's hometown. VA stand up.
Yes.
So look, this conversation is concerning current civil. Dinner Fraud tried to tell y'all. Conversation that was created by Keita Trotter. We're gonna let them two talk. Keita Trotter and Miss Karen Civil. That is all. Miss Karen Civil begin. I'm gonna give you an opportunity. Go ahead and continue to speak.
Okay. So
I'm sorry. Wait, my phone cut off. Listen, I'm gonna be transparent in this conversation. I'm not doing this in front of an audience. Keita has feelings. She has something that she wants to get off her chest. I'd rather her have a conversation with me because I didn't know all of this transpired. Again, I did the work. Everybody was a part of Nipsey's life. There was a lot of people who were part of Nipsey's life, and I never try to cut somebody off or say they weren't a part of it. So for that, I'm gonna tell her I apologize if she felt as though I didn't make her, I excluded her in any way, which to me I didn't think was plausible or think I did. But I don't want to keep this conversation going on Nip. If me and Keita can have a sidebar conversation, because this is the first time I'm hearing about it.
Yeah, no, I accept your apology, Karen. But let me talk, y'all. I accept your apology, Karen, but it ain't really about me. It's about the feelings of the people of the Crenshaw district, unique music, of the work that we put in. That's all I was asking for the apology for. You gave it to me, and I was.
No, I'm giving it to you. No, the thing is, I'm giving it to you because I'm gonna honor your feelings. We can have a side conversation because I don't know. Again, and I had this conversation before with Wack. I don't involve myself in like the street politics.
We definitely did. She ain't lying.
Yeah, I don't know the ifs and the buts. So all I know is one person came to me because I didn't even think about this. All I kept thinking about was I want to make sure the person that gave Nipsey, that took a meeting with Nipsey, that did this, that did XYZ was there. And the person who called me, actually two people, Narissa, who owns the Last Shop on Crenshaw, was like, Karen, all the homies don't got tickets. I said, for real, tell me how many you need. And Polly West called me, was like, Karen, what's up? Niggas out here don't got internet. How ain't nobody get tickets? No, but I'm saying that was my way of going, okay, you have to also think in this climate and in that time, it's a million things going on. It's not to exclude you or to make you feel like you didn't matter. That's not how I'm gonna wake up in the morning. Fuck this woman who was here first and XYZ. The shit you talking about is shit I gotta deal with every day. Every day. Why would I exclude another woman? But side note, I'd rather have an off conversation with you because this is not something I want to record, and this is not a memory of Nip I want to keep going. Because
y'all do that, but look, let's move on to you addressing the lady Jess or whatever that was in here saying you was extorting her or whatever.
So Jess doesn't have no money for me to extort. So let's get straight to the end of that. Me and Jess met in 2017-18 off of social. I'm always going to reach out when there's somebody who's like doing their thing on social and she's a Haitian woman. I said, let me follow her. We started to become cool. There was a charity event in Florida. Yeah, for Louine Sweet. I believe she was on my bowling team. It was me, her, Fly Tatted Sky, Mac Main, Sam Sneak. It was a few of us who came out. That was my first time meeting her. She was hella cool and nice. To me, I thought we were great through this time. Then last year, somebody had to tell me this. So last year, let me even revert back. I heard some of the conversations she said I made her career. Never did I say I made her career. Those documents are public documents. I never said I'm never going to take credit for this girl's career because she had one beforehand. When she was going to do Love and Hip Hop, she spoke to me on the phone about it. I gave her advice. She gave me advice when I was on bullshit. I thought me and her had a great rapport and everything was cool. Tiana Taylor had a party, a Halloween party last October. I invited her to the party just like I invited a lot of people. So she hit me. There was a VIP room that was only like maybe 30, 40 people in it. It was like some chill shit. She hit me to try to come in the room. And I'm like, yo, it's a vibe downstairs. Everybody's downstairs. You don't need to come up. She thought I tried to play her. From that one situation, because she couldn't be in that room, she was upset. So here we are. January 2001 comes. Me and Ming drop our podcast, right? So we dropped the trailer for it. It's called Girl, I Guess. So a room like this is created like, yo, nigga took my flow word for word. People are texting me about a room. And I'm like, yo, what is niggas talking about? They're like, yeah, this girl said you stole her podcast. I said, stole her podcast? How? Me and Ming and Joe was sitting on the thing trying to figure out a podcast name. And I'm like, how I copy her podcast? I got Dionne Warwick, Jameson Idris, Khaled. I really went hard for the marketing of this. I ain't looking at nobody's podcast. The only person I got, I thought whose podcast was dope as fuck, and I was like, we gotta do an intro, was the girl Star Brim, because she had some car thing and it was really dope. I said, I love her video because they asked me to post it. So I said, yo, we gotta come on some shit like this because this was hard, but let's make ours funny. So this girl, Mother of Gotti, people keep telling me people who know both of us are not connecting us to fix the issue. They're just telling me what she said. Oh, telling her things I said. I said, listen, I don't know this fucking girl. I don't follow this girl. I don't know what her podcast is, but they were telling me hers is called Girl Fuck You. I said, cool. I didn't copy her podcast. The reason we call ours Girl I Guess is when you make a mistake or you go back to somebody or you be like, I thought you was done with them. Girl I Guess. Oh, he's good to me now. Girl I Guess. That's where me and Ming referenced that from. So now I tweeted something like, yo, tell me about some other women podcasts I should listen to. Jess went underneath my comments and added the girl. So I'm like, why is Jess being funny? And I'm going to backtrack a little even more because when it comes to Jess, me and Jess had personal conversations. Like, I'm not going to sit here and like say she's the most evil. Like, I don't know who this person is now, but the person I was cool with, she was very cool. Me and her would have conversations about how people talked about us, how we were seen online and everything. So it's like she did an interview about Nick Cannon and this girl Danielle who works for Nick and how she was excluded. The girl Danielle called me in tears and was like, she knew I knew Jesse, and she's like, why would she do this? I said, you know what? I don't like when we do this with each other. Let's fix it and let's make money. And I don't want Jess. I know Jess is a comedian, but I don't want her to keep like going at niggas when I know she can get opportunities from this. So instead of her beefing, I want to give her an opportunity. So I hit Danielle. I said, Danielle, are you cool if I put her on the phone with Nick? Because I want to fix this. Put them on the phone. Fix it. It's cool. To me, that's what I would think friends do, especially if you know both parties. So I called Jess on the phone and I'm like, yo, Jess, I was like, what's that tweet about? She's like, what do you, I was like, Jess, why are you insinuating something? I said, Jess, listen, man, when it came to you and homegirl, I tried to fix it. I didn't try to add all this extraness. I said, all y'all niggas know this girl, but y'all won't tell me what exactly the problem is. So it's like, why y'all insinuating something? Me and you supposed to be cool. I didn't know we had a problem. Like, what you adding to this for? We hung up the phone. She writes me some tough girl message. And I respond back and I said, Jess, man, I said, I see you for who you are now. Please don't call my phone no more. Then she gets on Twitter and she goes, you know how I give it up. Bitch, who you talking to? Like, yes, I'm a bitch born from Brooklyn, raised in Jersey. Stop talking to me like this. You know how I give it up, and talking all this tough talk when we just was on the phone. Now you got a problem with me because you want to be friends with this girl? Like, because you want to team up all of a sudden? All you had to do was put me on the phone with this girl or rectify a situation. You wanted clout and attention. That's what she wanted. Then they're both going back and forth. They don't got nothing to say to Ming. It turns into Karen's a scammer. Karen's this, Karen's that. I've never heard of your podcast. But then Mouse Jones DMs me and he's like, Karen, you know who that is? Somebody who does all my videography work. That's his sister. I said, are you kidding me? He said, yeah. That girl that has an issue with you is his sister. So you got to find a way to fix it. So I called Nigel. I said, Nigel, why didn't you tell me this was your sister? He said, nah, I talked to her about it. I told her she was wrong. And I think, people putting shit in her head. And, I think people who don't like you putting shit in her head. I'm like, cool, but I don't like all of this because she's a Haitian girl too. And I'm not doing all of this. Like, I just launched a podcast. It's no disrespect to this girl. Why it always got to be a show and entertaining for niggas? And we all Haitian women. That was that, right? So now we're moving forward. Now the stuff in Haiti, hurricane and different things. And I do my annual stuff for Haiti where I raise money. Here go Jess in my mentions. Oh, Karen gonna steal the money. Karen's gonna this. I'm like, Jess, I don't even talk to you. It's cool. We don't got to be friends. We don't have to be anything. I fall out with people all the time. I don't talk to them because you know what's going to happen? We're going to be friends again. So it doesn't matter. But here she goes. She want to put on for Twitter because that's her audience. That's how she engages. She keeps going on and on and on and on and on and on and keep going on and on and on. So I said, cool. She told me this is how she give it up. Then she comes back. She's like, you deleted my Twitter. You deleted my Instagram. I said, girl, you're harassing me all day long. What did you think was going to happen? Like, what are you talking about? All somebody got to do is report your post. Like, your whole social is dedicated to me because you want clout off of this. And then the girls made a whole SoundCloud podcast off of it, right? And I'm like, yo, you're really creating something because you don't necessarily like me. Nothing built on a shady foundation is ever going to be solid. And now her and the girl aren't friends. Jess kept going. And what made me take the lawsuit to Jess, what made me take it there with her, and what irked me is I've worked with Hope for Haiti for 3 years. This company is solid. You know what everybody say about Haiti, what people say about giving money and everything else. This company is solid. She tweets when a hurricane happened, make sure you don't give money to Karen Civil. But then her next tweet, she puts, these are the correct organizations. These are real organizations you should give to. The first one she tweeted was my organization. So I'm like, at this point, Walter, what am I supposed to do with this girl? Send her a cease and desist because she won't shut the fuck up. Because now I know her end game. Her end game at this point is, you know what? I'm going to keep talking about her because I get clout and attention off of this. Mm-hmm. Jess is going to get her attention, whether it's good or bad. She's going to keep getting her attention. So I had my lawyer take care of it. Now here she is. She's sitting doing interviews. You're getting interviews off of me. What do you think's going to happen? Remove it. Like I said in my live, she got offended and went hard because I went on my live and said, listen, I'm happy. I want Jess to be the best person in the world she is. Whatever the case may be, stop discussing me. Because now all of a sudden, you're like, oh, she ran with the Clintons. What are you talking about? I talked about that in my Breakfast Club interview before, and it wasn't the Clintons. Working with Hillary's campaign, I talked to her about that before I even did it. So it's like you didn't have a problem with me back then. You didn't have a problem then, but now you're trying to find all this stuff. Use this time for your career. And it's like you going back and forth and doing all this. And she went haywire yesterday. I think it was yesterday, the day before yesterday, because I went on live because we haven't been doing the podcast because I've had my own medical reasons. So people kept saying, what's up with the podcast? What's up with you and Ming? What's this and that? I said, let me just clear all misconceptions. I said, hey, I was like, listen, me and Jesse we don't have to be friends. It's okay. We don't need to be in a place of understanding or whatever it is. You can still wish somebody well and let them go about their way. For some reason, that bothered her. You are allowed. People got to understand. You chose to go to war with me, and now you're mad at the weapons I choose. Yes, I went the legal route. I went the legal route because that's the only thing. I'm not about to sit in the street and fight you and XYZ. And she's like, I fake booked her. No, that's a court-appointed person to get whatever, to serve you papers. That has nothing to do with me. I write a check to my lawyer who handles it. Nobody lied on you. Nobody disrespected you. You sit here every chance you get, you defame me. You're not even friends with the girl you started the podcast with. I'm not the problem, Jess. All you got to do is fucking relax. And when it comes to the apology, she forgot to mention this is her second lawyer. Her first lawyer is the one who came to us and said, listen, Jesse wants to drop the case if she apologizes. I said, cool. I want to see the apology before it goes up because I know how Jesse apologizes. No offense, not in a bad way. I've seen her comedian style. I'm like, nah, I just want to prove it before she puts it up. Now you're trying to make me seem like some malicious because I don't want to go back and forth with you. The situation isn't over. Yes, they said because I am a public person, they couldn't find slander. But it's still defamation is happening because she continues to do this. You go do an interview. I have yet to discuss you. I came in this room now because people are hitting me like, yo, it's the room about you. I'm not about to move away from anything. I'll own my bullshit when I do it. But you started with me. I didn't come at you. I didn't disrespect you. You decided to partner with somebody like me. You wanted to have a moment, even with your life. You're discrediting during a time where Haitian people, where we're fucked right now with this hurricane. You're doing your thing. I'm not hating on it. You're trying to hate on the organization I'm working with, but then you're still tweeting them. So what are you talking about? Like what are you talking about? And I'm not the only Haitian woman you have a problem with. It's every woman in a large Haitian media personality. I may be the ones you guys are familiar with. Her and Super Cindy have a problem. Her and the lady who runs Louine's Suite have a problem. You know, I know people may not like Mona Scott. Like sometimes Jess, and I'm not gonna be in here like she wanna berate me and everything else. I don't have that in my heart for her. Because you know why? I still want the girl to win. Just leave me the fuck alone. Leave me alone. Get your interview, get your thing. I never once said, girl, I made you. I said I helped you. I helped you. There's a difference. Radio. I didn't know you long enough to do XYZ. And the crazy part is from her ex-managers to people who worked with her, probably she got the same thing too, people texting her and everything else. I don't put it on social. You can look on my social. I don't discredit you and use my platform to talk about you every single day, but this turns her on. I don't know what hoopla you get off of this, but you literally made me have to take this legal route with you because I can't sit in the street and fight you. You're mad over nothing. And then even with like, she's extra annoyed and it's past the party thing. She's extra annoyed because she's like, well, Karen didn't sue the other girl. Because you know why? Real niggas put me on the phone with the girl. All these niggas is kikiing, laughing that two bitches don't get along, but a real Crip nigga put us on the phone from LA who don't got nothing to do with nothing.
In the radio.
What's the problem? I said, what are you talking about? He said, you got a problem with this girl named Mother? I said, what are you talking about? He said, no, I'm about to put you on the phone. We don't do shit like this. A real street nigga had to fix it. But it's all these other industry niggas in the middle of shit, like enjoying it and kikiing, and she's loving it. And like, I don't have time for this. So that's
why did she win the case?
She didn't. I just spoke on that. She didn't win anything. So for the slander, they dismissed. But for the defamation, it's continuing on. She showed you half of a document. The thing is way longer than that. And it's going to continue on because they would not let me amend. They would not let me amend my files to add the additional stuff. She didn't win anything. So she run around, I'm going to get a Chanel bag. I'm going to get a this. I'm going to get a that. Her lawyer wanted to settle. Her lawyer wanted to settle for nothing but $16,000 for his
lawyer fees.
Law fees. Yeah, his lawyer fees.
Thank y'all for hitting thumbs up on the video.
And it would have been over if she would have just left me alone. I don't talk about you. I don't go do an interview and go, yes, I hate Jessie Woo. Don't hire Jessie Woo. Don't do. She's the one doing this. Every chance you get, you keep at me because you know why? This is the attention you wanted. This is the attention. You like this shit. I don't want this. I don't want this for myself. I'm cool. Because you know why? You and I were friends at one point. So I can't even sit here in front and be like, oh, fuck this, the way she's on this. That lets me know you were never my friend. I'm not going to sit on here on some fuck this B, fuck this, because she's been in my house. She's been in my space. She's cried to me. I've cried to her. So it's like, we both know how it feels to be in this Haitian media space where at times you don't feel appreciated. But then to see her turn her back the second she thought another bitch didn't like me, excuse me, let me not even call this girl a bitch. The second she thought another woman didn't like me, she went over, she jumped ship because I get it. It's popularity over purpose for her. If that's the way she moved, cool. I just don't need that energy. And she brought the lawsuit upon herself because you kept talking about me. And it's the disrespectful fact of everything that's happening in Haiti. I'm not down crediting what you do and how you do stuff and how you're moving. Like, stop doing that to me. Stop playing with me. You're playing with my name. So what else was I supposed to do? I can't put hands on this girl. What else am I supposed to do? But you're like omitting and adding things. Karen did this. I woke up one day. Let me write her this. There's a court. There's literally, my lawyer handles everything. I write him a fucking check. He explains it to me. The service person hit her. Yeah, they sent me a copy of the fucking tape and nobody sent it around. Yeah, I showed it to my homegirl. Like, yeah, no, I served her. Hopefully she leaves me alone because she was arguing with my homegirl too. She don't have a copy of it. Nobody threatened her. Nobody made her feel like anything. So, like, what am I gaining out of this? What am I gaining from stopping her from doing anything? She's literally on the new season of Wildin' Out. I could have said, Nick, dub that. I'm not going to be that person. She still deserves it. She still deserves every blessing that's coming her way. Just leave me the fuck alone.
Well, all right.
All right, Casey, take a moment.
ahead, Keita.
Keita, you got Jason Lee. You got Jason Lee in here too, Keita. Jason Lee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm right here. I'm right here.
Oh.
I'm right here. I'm right here. So, you know, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. So I sat here on this new account I had to create so I can get in the room because apparently either me or somebody on the stage have each other blocked and I couldn't come in for my account. And I'm driving and I'm not going to get myself worked up because I want to make sure that the tone of the conversation don't distract you from the message. Because sometimes the tone can make you get distracted from what is actually being said. I'm not here to defend Jessie Wu because all I do is report what people are saying. She said what she said. We posted that. We posted Karen's response. I'm not here to talk about what Joyner Lucas is saying about you taking his money. I'm not here to talk about Meek Mill or what Cameron said or what James R said. Karen, you sent me multiple cease and desist letters for posting stories about people saying that you took their money. You and I used to be friends. You and I used to be neighbors. Before Hollywood Unlocked, you know, I owned a credit repair company and I fixed your credit. That's how close you were. Close enough for you to give me all. Hold on, let me finish. Let Jason finish. Let Jason finish. Karen, please. One mic. We stayed in the same building. We were cool. You gave me a lot of game coming in on how to finesse in a marketing way because you're a master marketer. You're also a master at damage control. I'm not here for all of the stuff that everybody said. I got the cease and desist letters, and you know, like I told Walter, who I know and who used to be my attorney too, fuck a cease and desist letter. I'm gonna write what I need to write. And then what you did as a result of me not taking that story down, you hired that kid to hack Hollywood Unlocked. Ooh. You know you paid him the $20,000. You sent him all the receipts. You said it was you and Punch from TDE that were going to help him become a rapper. Whoa. This kid don't know nobody in the industry. He don't know nothing. All he knows is he poor and he want to get out the hood. And you promised you was going to help him if he took me down. You told him to take down all my personal shit too. Oh. The only thing is you didn't pay the back end, so he got at me and he gave me that information. Oh. You know I called you about it. I recorded our conversation. Oh. I'm not even going to act like that didn't happen. I recorded our conversation.
In the No Radio. Thank y'all for hitting thumbs up.
A show that I can't be fired from because you did this and I confronted you on it.
Your phone is breaking up.
He said he's driving.
He breaking up, kid.
Your phone is
we also ran into each other at West Hollywood. At that party.
Jason, run it back. Your phone was breaking up, bro. After Nick Cannon and Wildin' Out, I ain't heard nothing you said after Nick Cannon.
Can you hear me now?
Sir. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now? Go ahead. Okay, I had to take my shit off. I said I can't be fired from Wildin' Out because I'm on the show. I've been on there 5 seasons. I got a contract with MTV, so that wouldn't work there. The thing what you did was you used your relationships and you used your money and you used your
oh Lord.
Your phone is breaking up again. Your phone is breaking up. But I can answer Jason right away.
Hold on, no, I'm not done. I'm gonna fully tell.
You're in the matrix,
Jason.
It's because whoever's unmuted on
Jason, get to where you got the rain. There you go.
I'm out. On Instagram.
You can't hear you either.
Okay, he said he's gonna go to Instagram. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Karen.
No, he said he's gonna leave and come back.
When it comes to Jason, I'm gonna own my bullshit with Jason because me and Jason had a lot of back.
Can you hear me?
So he's one who's absolutely right. He's absolutely right in a certain sense, not with all of it. Yes, we were neighbors. You didn't fully help me with my credit. Sean Scales is actually helping me with my credit now and has been for the last few years. So you posted something. Me and Jason would have our back and forth because he know who he was who he was with, who I was with. Yes, and this gentleman here, can you guys hear me? All right, cool. And the person he's referring to was not Punch at TDE. That was somebody totally different. Yeah, this kid is a hacker. And to a point of, yeah, Jason, you playing this game? Yeah, I hit this nigga. Nobody promised him $20,000. Nobody promised him a rap career or nothing like that. He decided to double back and tell you some stuff. Oh. You called me. Jason called me about it. Oh, I admitted it to Jason. See, that's what he's not including in here. Oh. I admitted it to Jason. Jason and I apologized to Jason. Whoa. Gave Jason the person's info at Instagram. Oh. Got him verified. thought it was copacetic. Because afterwards, Jason hit me about Nip's funeral, and I thought we were cool. But yeah, he's absolutely right. Me and him did have a back and forth, and it was a lot of shit. So when he goes on his rant and his tangent, and he's upset, he got a right to be upset. Me and him would go back and forth in war, because that's one person I'll agree on. Me and him didn't see eye to eye, but the most recent stuff is confusing to me, because I thought we apologized to one another, but at the same time, I can't. His hurt doesn't have an expiration date, so I can't be mad at him for that.
And
so I'll own that. But there are a few things he mentioned. There was no clarity. That wasn't punch a TDE. Nobody told this little kid $20,000, because this kid is still in my inbox now trying to ask me for music, play his music and everything else. No one gave this kid any false hope. But yeah, Jason is right on that. I told Jason to take something down. It had nothing to do, at this time, it wasn't with Walter. I had him to take something down that was personal with a client. He did it, and I did what I had to do. And I apologized. It got back to Jason. Jason called me upset, flipping, like, why the fuck would you do this? This is how I eat. I can own my bullshit for that. Yes, of course. Me and him, I apologized to him. We spoke on the phone. He probably did record it. And you can hear my apology on it. And I gave it to him. Then Nip's funeral happened. I gave him tickets to that. I thought we spoke to each other in Hollywood at an event. I thought it was cool. Then the most recent videos, I know he don't get along with other bloggers. And I'm assuming, from my take, he thought I teamed up with them. Nah, how Jason felt before, that was his feelings. But I apologized to him. But again, like I said, certain times hurt ain't got an expiration date. So he's allowed to feel how he want to feel. But my conscience is clear from it, because I apologized to him on the phone. So who was next?
I think people I know Joyner Lucas is in here. You gonna touch on that? Because it is said that you took $60,000 from that man.
No, hold on, Keita. Karen, Casey, hold on. So, Casey, hold on. Karen, Keita, I know people, whatever they feel, but I don't want this also to be a attack on everyone just coming out with
shit, it ain't no attack.
I think Karen, I know. Karen doing a great job.
She handling her business.
Nah, like...
She ain't being attacked. She handling her business.
Her name in the title, let her talk. Shit.
Yeah, it's like I'm having a conversation where it's like, people in this business, you know what it is. It's like, don't fake call me the Olivia Pope of shit. You know what she do? She get her fucking hands dirty. With Jason's situation, I got my hands dirty. I apologize for that. But Keita, I didn't know about her situation. Her and I will talk offline. Dang. Jess wants the fame from this. I'm not owning that, because this was somebody I was once friends with. So I'm not going to go and do the B word, the this, the that. And what she's even offended by is because now I don't have a problem with that other girl. And we weren't supposed to have a problem. If Jess would have just put us on the phone, people be wanting to do all this, the extras for what? And the same thing, if Joyner's in this room. I hit Charlamagne this morning because I saw his tweets. This shit was 7 years ago. And I'm not the only person. When somebody hires you, let me explain this for people in here. When somebody hires you, you do not keep the full fund. I don't get to walk away, and I don't even think it was $60,000. I think he's going off Cam's number from when he was mad I did Tax Stone's interview. But this is not even referring to Cam. He's referring to $60,000, whatever the number was at the time. He has the contracts, right? I believe he posted. That goes to a radio person was hired. A PR person was hired. A mix show person was hired. There are people that allotted to that budget. It wasn't only me. I'm sorry that you felt as though you weren't where you needed to be. Because at the same time I was working with him, I was also working Dave East. And I'll never forget what pissed him off to a point that he said, I'm fucking fed up. It was an NBA 2K event. I think it was 2K, but it was a basketball event. I told him to get there at a certain time. He came like an hour or 2 hours later, and he had to wait, and he was pissed. At the time, it was in New York, and I was in LA, and he was pissed that he had to wait. He called me. They called me a few days later while I was on vacation. I'm sorry if I'm in another country. It's my birthday. I'm allowed to have some time off, and I couldn't get right back to you. The one thing I say I'm going to take from this, and this is something that I have to realize, I have to remember when certain talent come into this and they see you work with a Nipsey or a YG or a Jeezy or whoever else, they assume, they be like, you know what, I'm gonna get the same hotness. It takes time. It takes time. It's not something that's built overnight. And I actually want to have a conversation with him, but he didn't want to have a conversation with me. He wanted to have a conversation on social. Nobody took anything from you. Because if you want to say that, it's like it was a plethora of people hired. And I put that in my statement back. Like, I tried to have a real conversation with you this morning. Like, yo, let's get to the bottom of this, because I don't like you feeling like this. I don't want you to walk around thinking I took this from you or I made you feel some type of way. There's some shit from 7 years ago. 7 years ago. I'm not saying I'm the toughest person in the world, but I've seen you before. You didn't say anything to me. I know you got a woman. So it's just like, if anybody would have felt away, like, there's so many different ways. I didn't get legal papers, nothing. It just goes on Twitter because, you know what? It goes back to that saying, oh, somebody's kicking her back in. That's the last time he did it. When somebody else was kicking my back in, he said, let me jump in on this too. Oh.
Karen, can I ask you a question? Karen, can I ask you a question?
This, whack?
Well, look, this whack. It would on the BDS, on the BDS, if we was to pull the BDS, will it show as mixed show activity?
Hopefully so, yeah.
Well, I mean, did he get added to mixed shows? What I'm asking.
I believe so, yeah. I had to get a college radio person, and a mix show person for his stuff. From verifying his Twitter, getting his Apple page together. I still have these things from 2015, making sure that he's at events. And that's my thing is, I have to realize at times with a lot of artists, it's harder to break, and I need to push back, which I have not done. I have not done for like the last year. Is I can't do this because it's the expectations of what they want is not physically possible in a couple of days at all.
Just so everybody know, Karen, I think what you should do, Karen, look, I'm gonna do you a favor. When somebody gives somebody $60,000 for this, right? Okay, only about 20% is gonna go towards the person that's making sure the service is handled. So that's like $12,000 go to Karen to her company. That's how that works. The other 48, you paying radio, you paying mix show, you paying people. You know, I spend personally about $150,000 on radio per song, so it ain't a whole lot of money there. I know to a lot of people that ain't in this game, they hear that shit and they think they're like, it's not.
Sorry to cut you off.
I'm saying you should touch on that though. Touch on that so people understand.
So say someone says, okay, all right, I'm gonna give you $100,000. Then there goes, all right, I gotta break it down. Radio, but then there's if it's gonna be mixed show, now I have to include advertising, which is social advertising. You know, then there's your PR person, there's your marketing director, there's your person who's handling your social, there is the person who's moving you around, your videographer. I probably will bring home $10K from it. So that's why it's like I rather deal with companies than artists, because if people think it's this money, they'll go to my page, oh, that's where the 60K went. I'm like, 60K went where? You don't get to bring all that home, and on top of it, you pay taxes off of this. So it's not easy at all, and it's not what, and again, it's not what people, this perception of, oh, I just get to bring this home and I'm getting to live this life. This shit is not easy at all. This shit is not fucking easy at all. I took the chance on, because a homegirl of mine, this happened to me twice. It happened with JR and it happened with this gentleman here I met through my friend. And she's yes, you gotta work with them. You should definitely.
Let's mute her. Mute the mic.
What's up, Wack?
It's Miss Goldberg.
Somebody got mute the mic. It's Miss Goldberg. But okay. But it's like, people think you get to you allocate all these funds and it gets to come home. No, it got to be bust down. There's so many different people and entities who work for you. It's so many different things. So by the time this is done, I'm taking home 11, 12K from it. But then on top of that, I got to pay taxes. I got to check the other day. I kid you not. I got to check the other day for $40,000. Do you know how much I took home? $17,000. Taxes.
Sis, I hear you.
There's a lot of times I know I don't make it any better because I don't engage and I don't have the conversation. And then people text me, get out the room. No, we're gonna have a real organic conversation because I want to hear what people have to say. And then at the same time, I I want to have a voice myself. I want to have a voice and tell people what's going on. Like, Joyner missed me with that. You and I could have got on the phone. You didn't want to get on the phone. You didn't want to get on the phone today. We could have hashed this out, but you want to do it for social. I'm not doing this for social. I'm not doing that front face bullshit because it makes you feel good or you get on a blog, whatever. Jesse, same thing. You like the attention from it. Because if I was such a fucked up person who was a thief, who was with the Clintons, who was all of this, you would have never been my friend last year. It was just a couple of months ago. It was all good. It was all good before that fucking Halloween party set you off. And I'm sorry. I'll say this. I'm sorry you couldn't come upstairs. I'm not trying to disrespect her on this call or everything else. And it's like, it's fun to her. This shit is not fun. This shit is not cool to me. I'm never going to sit here with whoever it is. When folks try to kick whoever's back in, I don't take enjoyment in this. And to Keita, who was the first person who was on here, me and her have a side combo because there's so much I'm not going to say on this public because obviously people are recording this. I'm not going to say on this public thing. Her and I are going to have conversations on the side because and I wholeheartedly live by this because I know the feeling of being not looked upon or people being upset with you or whatever. I'm all for communication. Me and Wack had an issue one time where he hit me on the text in the middle of a concert, like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? And me and him, when we saw each other, I'm like, Wack, let's talk. Let's communicate. And that's what it is. And that's really what it boils down to. It's about communication. I wanted to do that with Joyner. He didn't want to do that. He wanted to get on here. He wanted to get on social and make a whole big thing. So now it turns into Karen's doing this, Karen's doing that. But for some freaking reason, I was at Beats by Dre. I'm at Louis Vuitton. I'm working with all these other companies. So it's like the blessings got to be coming from somewhere. I'm not running around here trying to snake my own fucking people. Niggas doing that to Haitians right now.
She ain't ducking nobody because she
running them fades.
Yeah, it's just like people are like, why are you gonna go into this room, nigga? Why not? Kevin is the one who put me onto this, and I said, Kevin, why would you walk into this room? He said, why wouldn't I walk into a room about me? So I'm going to come in here and have this conversation. And it's like, yeah, I'm still moving forward with my shit with Jessie. If she want to have a sidebar, but girl, cut it out. All you're doing, I wake up every day and I'm living my life. This girl have done countless interviews about me. So what you want me to do? How am I supposed to play this out? Am I supposed to knock her teeth in? Or am I supposed to go the legal way? We supposed to fight like fucking animals with two Haitian women. But obviously we can't have a conversation because she wants everything on social. This is just like a moment. This is a moment. This ain't a moment for me. I don't feel good arguing with another Haitian woman. And then she's putting bits and pieces on how this story is told. The only person in this room I gave him was Jason. That was the only person because I told him to take something off his site. He didn't want to take it off his site. And I did my bully shit. I'll apologize for that, and I apologize to him. He's the only one who's getting it out of me from this situation besides Keita, who felt like her voice wasn't heard or she was minimized in the situation. Other than that, I ain't got nothing for Jessie because we were once friends and you took it to a whole nother place by disrespecting me, but then you're disrespecting our country in a fucked up time. You're raising money, that's cool. I'm raising my shit too. All that money, if you click that link, that's to Hope for Haiti. 100% of the proceeds. I'm not sitting here degrading nothing she got to do. But for some reason, she's going through my timeline, clicking up, linking up with niggas that don't fuck with me. Maybe somebody I gave a $2 tip to instead of a 10 to do whatever else. Like, that shit is fucking corny.
When I met you the first time I met you through Sky Zoo, and I never ever seen you in person. Never. I talked to you through the phone. I talked to Sky Zoo. I heard about you through Nip. I heard about you through other things you were doing. And I seeked you out because of your reputation. I talked to Sky Zoo. Sky Zoo said you were solid. He was like, yo, Karen's solid. That's a good way to go. I said, bet. This is around the time Nipsey did his $100 mixtape shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, Karen's the way to go. At the time, I was fucked up. I had an investor. He done already kicked up so much money, and the only thing that I had left was a little bit of bread that we had left, in which we chose to hire you. And that was a big decision. on our behalf, because that was all that was really left in the budget.
I'm sorry, who am I
talking
to?
Joyner. This is Joyner.
Okay,
This is Joyner. Okay, cool. That's all that was really left in the budget at that time. That was 2015. You keep saying it was 7 years ago, but that was a big time in my life. My son was about to be just born. My back was against the wall. I had an investor who kicked up hundreds of thousands of dollars, on behalf of me. And at this time, hiring you was like our last ditch effort to really do something. And I really believed in the name Karen Civil. And, just reading the publications and talking to Sky Zoo co-signing like a motherfucker. Yo, that's my girl. Yeah, yo, Karen's the real deal. Yeah, that's my homie. And I kept telling Sky, like, yo, you sure? You sure this is your girl? Like, you sure you trust? He was like, yo, you're not even gonna have a problem. Trust me. I said, all right, bet. So we reached out to you, and you had put together a little memo. We talked about it. You agreed to do it. That included blog placements for song releases, delivery of digital short creation stories, facilitating interviews with media publications, building fan engagement, articulated social content capture, red carpet event opportunities, iTunes, beat music productions, radio interviews, acquiring booking agents, show openings, all that shit, right? And at the time, that was everything. It was like, word, finally somebody that's gonna help us, because I ain't know nobody that can help us. I'm from motherfucking Worcester, Massachusetts, and I'm out here in Boston. Ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? I don't know the first thing to fucking do to get on. So I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, align myself with somebody that's already in the game doing it. This person gonna take me under their wing. You name your price. Your price was $60K, whatever the fuck it was. It was like, bet, let's pay that. Told my investor, let's pay that. This motherfucker said, you sure? You sure you want to pay this woman? I said, Sky Zoo say, you know her, let's pay her. Mind you, like I said, my son about to be born. So I said, fuck it, let's go. We paid you. I remember going to the bank. We went with Sky Zoo. I walked in to the bank with the nigga. I'm involved in the whole fucking process. I'm watching the whole shit go down. As soon as he sent that bread, I was happy as a motherfucker. I said, word, Karen Civil, nigga, I'm telling everybody back home and shit, nigga, I'm about to have Karen, because all I see is the perception, Nipsey, everything else that you're doing. I'm like, word, finally, somebody about to come up, somebody about to come help me, save me, you know what I'm saying? And finally, I'm about to do something. I don't give a fuck what it is. If she gives me some shows, if she whatever, just take me under your wing, put me on some blogs, something, because I ain't having shit popping. I had a music video I was working on called Ross Cappuccioni. As soon as that money was paid, we had like a conversation on the phone. Everything was peachy on his phone call. You were like, yeah, we're going to do this, da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, word. I felt real good. As soon as we hung up the phone, we ain't really hear shit from you. That was it. That was really it. And every single time I try to reach out to you, you talking to me like I'm disturbing your fucking day. I'm calling you because I'm trying to get some clarity. I wasn't blowing you the fuck up. I just wanted to know what the plan was, what's going on, what we doing, you know what I mean? You got to remember, I'm a nigga who just had my investor give it the last signal. Motherfucker told me, like, yo, this is it after this, nigga. If this shit don't work, I'm already 500,000, 600,000 deep in your career, nigga. This shit don't work. I don't know what to do. So now I'm sitting here nervous. My son about to be born any fucking day now. And I'm sitting there trying to hit you because I'm looking, you know what I'm saying, for you to be like, yo, we good. I'm about to get you this. I'm about to do that. Now, what I heard you say earlier was radio got paid, such and such. Nowhere in this memo they said anything about radio. We were already paying radio. D and Shadow and them niggas or whoever the fuck is out here in New York doing anything. We already was doing that shit. We didn't pay you for radio. That's not why we got you. That's not why so you telling me right now that we paid radio with that? Where? How? I'm looking at the memo right now that you sent me. Nowhere in this motherfucker does it say you was going to put 20, 30,000 in radio. It don't say that. All it says was radio interviews. We didn't even get no fucking radio interviews. There was no show openings. There was no blog placements. And what you talking about, mix shows, we was already getting mix shows. I didn't need you for that shit. That's not why I got you, because I couldn't get a fucking mix show. I didn't get you because I couldn't get a radio interview. I didn't get you because I didn't have a little blog traction. That's not why I got you. I felt like you sold me a fucking dream. And then you stopped answering my phone call. Mind you, I got a son on the way.
And the no radio.
And this is all I got. You feel me? So I'm real fucked up now. And then every time you answered the phone, it was like, nigga, what you want type shit. Like, you like, I'm bothering you. And then I noticed you said some shit on your tweet, like, or the shit that Shade Room posted, your little letter and shit, where you was like,
oh, you know, artists think they have 24 access to you. Motherfucker, if I just handed you 60K and I had access to you before, I should have access to you now. I can't talk to you? Who the fuck you think you? I can't have a conversation with the person I just handed 60K to her account. I don't know who the fuck you paid or what. You didn't give no breakdown. Oh no, fam, I'm gonna let you speak. I'm gonna let you speak. But I'm just kidding. I got you.
Just 1 second.
I'm okay. I'm okay with letting somebody else talk.
Hold on, wait. Joyner, real quick.
Hey, look, I'll shut the fuck up when somebody else is talking. I won't say shit.
To allow him to finish his
if somebody else, when Terrence time to talk, I promise I shut the fuck up.
Make sure y'all subscribe and thumbs up to In the Know Radio. The Clubhouse room is full, so you're catching it over here when you wouldn't be anywhere else.
Artists think, we're supposed to have 24-hour access. This is where you fucked up, in my opinion. When you sent this voice memo, this deal memo, you never broke down what exactly you were doing with the bread. It was like it was all going to you, and whatever you decide to do with it is what you decide to do with it. And we put a lot of trust behind that. I didn't even question what you did with the money. Whatever you choose to do or whoever you choose to pay was a trust situation that I felt like you knew what the fuck you were doing. If I thought you was about to go pay for some mix shows and radio, I would have never did that shit. That's not what I needed. I didn't want that shit. I needed you to come through, put your fucking arm around me, the same way I seen you put your arm around Nip, and I had those conversations with you on the phone. Well, I said, yo, the same shit, when you put your arm around Nip and all these different things you're doing, I look up to that shit. That's what I need from you. That's what I want. That's what I'm paying for. And everything was cool. We on the same page. And now all of a sudden it's woo, woo, woo. I can't do this. I don't know what niggas expect from me, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, what are you talking about, bro? And then you didn't answer the phone. You know what I'm saying? Every time I hit you, wasn't answering the phone. And now you want I try to have a conversation with you. Where the fuck was my conversation 7 years ago when I wanted to have one? When I'm in the fucking slums, in the back alley of my old fucking 132 Dewey Street apartment, bro. Where was my conversation when I was calling you and my son was about to be born and I didn't know what the fuck was about to happen? When you was on vacation and you told me, don't disturb me while I'm on my fucking vacation. Where was my conversation? I didn't get no fucking conversation, did I? So why the fuck do I want to hop on the phone with you and hear you out now? Now I got to hear you out for you to be like, hey, Joyner, what's the problem? Why you feel like this? Oh, now.
So
Joyner, so that's how I feel. You heard? That's how I feel. I'm not trying to be hype. I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. I got a lot of emotions from back then that's coming up. You feel me? And I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. I'm just
let him finish the question, Joyner. How would you want Karen to correct the situation with you and her? How would you want it done?
No, can I answer that first before he answers this?
In the Know Radio.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Who is that?
This is Keita.
Keita. Okay, cool. Let me answer this first, Joyner. I'm talking to you in neutral tones. So I get what you're saying, the disrespect of everybody else. Let's not do that to one another.
Nah, I'm not disrespectful. No, I'm just saying my voice is not to be disrespectful to like I'm yelling at you. I just have a lot of passion on what I'm saying. And then I don't want you to take it like that. It's not to that. You feel me? So
I got that. So I'm gonna say this to answer your questions and to answer what you just said.
And the Know Radio.
I had conversations with. Does Sean still work with you?
Yeah, he still day one.
Yeah, cool. Okay, cool. Sean and I had plenty of conversations. I've sent Sean emails. I literally still have these emails pulled up for May 22nd, 2015. I had to literally go back and look for it. For the people that I brought upon on your team, the same way you said, Ken, I didn't know you was doing all of this, whoopie whoop. It's a conversation I had with Sean. I know you need certain things. The area you were from, you told me I got radio and I got city on lock here. Cool. So when it comes to interviews, when it comes to certain things, I paid a radio person for that to help with that, a PR person. So, and then
can you show me that?
Wait. Yes,
can you show me that? Please.
Yeah.
Show me that. Okay. That's all I want to see is just show me it broken down. Just that's it.
Okay. No, that's fine. But let me finish. Yeah. So then when I guess you made a comment yesterday, someone sent it to me today. Even let's go back. So when you got upset and you made your comments on social, I'm like, where is this coming from? I called Sean, and that's where you got them texts. You put half the texts from. I called Sean. I said, Sean, what is happening here? I know the last conversation you did say to me, you said, Karen, I have to fucking get on. I got a baby coming. I got my woman. This shit needs to go. I said, yes, I understand. I got you. I understand. But at the same time, this is not something that happens overnight.
I know
then
that.
You went on, wait. Come on, I'll let you go.
Yes.
So then you went on Twitter the first time. You were upset. She took this and did it. I called Sean. I have the call recorded. I said, Sean, what's up with this? He said, nah, he's upset. He's enraged, Karen. He just had his baby. He gonna take it down. He's just upset. Like, he just really, like, you guys gotta talk. You guys, I said, nah, at this point, I don't like this. And this is coming from a point of, like, I said, why is it okay that folks can be disrespectful online and we have to have these quiet conversations? I said, I want to get back on the phone with him, but why are we getting back on the phone after this? I said, this is messy as fuck. For no reason. He said, nah, I'm gonna tell him to apologize. I said, tell him say this. If he wants something to say to clean it up, here you go. We get back on the phone. And that's the little portion of the conversation you're showing. So even I'm thinking at this point, I'm like, you never posted it. I said, cool. If he wants to leave it like that, I'm gonna leave it like that. I've seen you after that. I've seen you after
never
that.
Seen you. I just want to say I never seen you. And if you think I seen you, I didn't know it was you. I'm just saying that. Because if I knew it was you, I absolutely would have approached you. I'm that type of nigga. I definitely would have walked up to you. I'm not the nigga that's not gonna. I'm gonna let you finish though. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you talk.
Let's simmer down on the approach.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you talk.
Let's simmer down on that.
Because you keep with this narrative of you see me, but you ain't gonna say nothing. I'm not that nigga. Absolutely would have said something. I'm just saying. So kill that narrative. Kill that narrative.
Jonah. Okay, one mic. Hold up, Karen. Go ahead, Jonah. Let her talk.
I'm not talking tough to you. Don't talk tough to me. We're two individuals having a conversation.
Go ahead, speak.
Back down,
speak,
girl.
Speak.
Go ahead, Karen. Speak, Karen.
Seeing you not from a sense of, we got beef. Communication. I've said this from the prior before this. It would have been communication. And it wasn't that. I saw you write your thing. I said, damn, this nigga is still upset by this. So I hit Charlamagne. I said, I want to get this man on the phone. Because the last time we had some shit, the shit was on Twitter. We never communicated. I want to get this communication, and I want us to come to a common ground, because I don't want this nigga to feel like this. Because I do remember that conversation with us. And you said, my baby's about to be born. This shit ain't right. XYZ. I said, I do want to speak to him. Charlamagne told me what you felt. I said, forget it then. He still has an attitude and he's upset and he wants to do social. And you did social. That's what it was. So how exactly was I supposed to reach out? What else was I supposed to say when every time it's supposed to be a conversation is, nah, it's this, it's all this aggression. Where is there supposed to find common ground? That you're not fine with the way something happened. I literally kept everything from sitting here when you even talked about, excuse me, I'm going to this email too. Even when you talked about, like, I'm gonna try to get you an agent. I have the email I sent to them. I was so fucking proactive with doing your business. I was proactive when it came to you. There's some that are hits and misses. It takes longer than other times. And that's what, you know what? I'll take that. If that's what you wanted, I'll take that. This shit took longer, but that's what this business is. But I didn't run away with your 50, 60K like this is sitting here being insinuated. Everybody had to get paid to be a part of this. I'm never going to sit here and just like, let me take it and fuck him. Knowing that you could actually fucking rap. Knowing you could rap. Knowing I know you're going to go places. So it's like, I'm never going to see him again. I'm going to be here for the long run. I know you're going to be here for the long run. So what do I get out of that? And yes, I'm not going to take back, like, yo, Charlamagne, I saw his comment. I wasn't mad at your comment. Like, he's allowed to feel the way he did. This just the same way I said about Jason. Your upsetness or your sadness or your frustration don't got to have an expiration date. So that's why I said, let me get this man on the phone, because I'd rather him tell me, get it all out. You could have been on the phone. Nah, Karen, I'm fucking upset. My baby, whoop-de-whoop, what the fuck, XYZ. This is what... blah, blah, blah. I still have all this to this day of all the stuff that I literally tried to fucking do. And it's like I stopped as soon as the tweets went up, and I'm like, and I spoke to Sean and I recorded that conversation, and I'm like, Sean was like, nah, he's upset. He's about to apologize. I'm like, Sean, man, why are we even doing this? This just looks whack. This is just whack that is going like this. He yells, we get into argument, we work together. I don't want to in public. I said, I don't do Tina and Ike. I'll never forget that. I said, I don't do that public display of bullshit. Let's argue internally. Let's, like, if you want to have an issue with me, yo, argue with me personally. But then now it's on the internet. Everybody see this. How are we supposed to move forward from this? That literally was our last conversation. Till I saw what you said yesterday, early this morning, because it was like 2 a.m. So I hit Charlotte like, let me speak to this man, because at this point, because like I said at the beginning of this, I'm all for communication. I want to make sure it's just like, I don't want to do telephone through A, B, C, D, E, F, whatever else, because things get misconstrued. But then you told him something, and I'm like, at this point, Charlamagne, fuck it. I didn't even take home much from this shit, and I'm still dealing with this. Yeah, not to make it seem like it's minimized. Oh, it's just a 6 year. Nah, that does matter. I'm like, this was 6 years ago. This fucking shit was 6 years ago. Like, we should have been communicated and got to this. But then you wanted to go to Twitter like, oh, the blogs are removing it, X, Y, Z. And they took the shit down because it's me and Jesse's thing is a legal matter. The shit's a legal matter. And if she doesn't even understand, I'm trying to save her grace. The liable part she got, the defamation, she's most likely gonna lose. I don't even want the money from her. It's the principle. It's the fucking principle is why the shit came down. But then you're like, doing this, but I get it. When one person beefing with you, everybody wants to come in and do X, Y, Z. And like I said to Charlamagne, the offer still stands. You're on here thinking, oh, you're going to see me. I don't play the tough role. I'm a girl. I'm a woman. Excuse me. I'm a woman at the end of the day. I'm not sitting here playing this tough guy, Masona role, whatever. I'm transitioning into new spaces in my life. I'm not doing this back and forth. I'd rather have communication. You know why? Because we're going to see each other. So why have the animosity of when we see each other, this girl, hey, what's up? Let's step to the side. Let's figure this out. How can we hash this out where you feel comfortable? You feel like you're just due. And I feel like I did what I needed to do. That's the common ground I was trying to find. But then I can't get mad. This is the same thing. Then I look at Deja Vu. And I don't want to. You think I want to give a statement? I didn't even give a statement about Jess. I did my live when it came to her only because she did some interview about me on YouTube. And I'm like, here she go with the BS. You cannot be doing these interviews in the midst of this case. I don't want to talk about you. I don't want to have anything to do with you. I go on my live to talk about our podcast, just me moving, my health situations, things that I got going on. I lightly mentioned Jess, and it turned into that's all she needed. One conversation to take it more. No, I don't have no hatred for her. I don't have no hatred for you. Y'all can go on and do whatever it is. Like I said, if you want to have a personal off dialogue, all of this internet shit where niggas is fucking phone tapping is this FBI shit. Like, have a convo with me. That's what I want to do this morning. You could have called me all types of bitches, whatever else. You could have had your fucking girl come. Like, to a point like, nah, man, I'm fucking pissed off. I might have my girl punch you in the face. Like, you could express whatever the fuck you wanted to express. I want to have a conversation with you. But it seemed like the only way I could have a conversation with everybody is in a room called Karen, Sybil, Ben, Fraud tried to tell y'all.
Hey, Karen, hold on. I didn't expect all these people to come in here now.
No, well, I just want to say she needs to stop stealing from journalists. That's all I'm saying. Stop stealing content from journalists.
Hey, one mic. Hold up. One mic.
I got this. Hey, conductor, I got this. So let me say this. Listen. They don't need sidebars if they hold the conversation. And Karen, I understood that, you didn't want it to go to social media, but, on his standpoint, it's probably him taking up for himself. But I think the real question is, what exactly did you do with the $60,000, and do you plan on giving him back his money?
No, not enough.
There's no $60,000. I didn't take home $60,000. I barely took home 12.
Yo, I'm here.
Hey, we're gonna have a sidebar conversation because I want him to see all these damn invoices. I still literally have them from May 2015. I still literally have all of these. And we talked about this at the beginning. Crazy, once you give it to me, I don't get to keep the whole thing.
Yo, Karen, let me do this. Let me do this for you. All right, listen. Mm-hmm. And I'm letting y'all know right now, Karen, to tell you, we don't see eye to eye because I was real mad at her. I'm just going to speak what's real, right? Listen, to all y'all, $60,000 is not going to save your fucking career. 2, I'm going to tell the brother, I forgot his name. First place you went wrong at is when you say you wrapped your arms around her and said, I want you to do what you know how to do. Nah, you should have got an itemized breakdown of what she was going to do. So when you saw radio and mix show and all these things that you was already doing on there, you could have told her, nah, I don't need you to do that. Apply that money to some other things that you may do. right? So, you know, you kind of like she don't know that you didn't hire D and Shadow. She don't know that shit. So, you know, she doing what her standard format, you know, what she does. Okay, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this. But if you got 5 things that you already paid for to have done, now you eating up. So I'm going to call it your 48 because 20% of that going to go to her pocket. That just business. So now you eating up some of the 48,000 that could have went elsewhere because you are assuming that she knows everything that you're already doing. So I think, you know, not to say she didn't spend the money, but I think whoever was managing your situation, I'm going to put it on them because I'm a manager, right? Whoever was managing your situation, not you because you're the artist, right? They dropped the ball, nephew.
And some of that's baloney though, because it's about transparency, and she liked it.
One mic.
Hey, hold on.
While they argue, make sure y'all show this video some love. There's no more room left to get into this club room. It is full, so just make sure you tap that thumbs up button. You ain't gotta pay to kick it over here, but thumbs up and share the video. Subscribe too.
And part of me breaking a song is to go there, that includes that, right? You cannot fault me for going to spend money in places that you previously spent money that you didn't tell me about. Because the radio team, see, they're the ones that should have told her, but they not going to tell you. Because if you're going to come give me another bag for the same shit, they going to take their bag. Now, if you're not in this business, you don't understand what I'm saying. But your management is supposed to go over those things. Karen, she don't do all that shit. She know people that get it done, so she's spending more of the bag. Me, I go straight to D and Shadow. I go straight to the people. I'm streamlined with nobody in the middle, so my money gonna go further. So you gotta know what you stepping off into before you get off into it.
She shouldn't have accepted the money then.
Yo, what up? Hey, one mic, bro.
Okay.
If you're not whack or Karen, speak. Hold up, Karen. If you're not whack or Karen speaking right now, bro, like
what I'm saying is,
chill, bro.
His management didn't sit down with Karen and go over what the rollout was. So when they seen certain things that Karen had on her rollout that they're already doing, they could have X'd that out, and then she could have put something else in place.
Hey, Karen. Karen, before you respond, Karen.
It wasn't D or Shadow.
No,
Miss Karen, hold up. Before you respond, hold up. Let me reset because there's a lot of people that just joined the room that don't know the conversation in the whole. So I will reset the room right quick. Wack and Karen. This is the Crenshaw District. If you haven't already, follow the greenhouse at the top. This title is Karen Silver Been a Fraud. Try to tell y'all something that was formulated by Miss Keita Trotter.
And
get a conversation going. It's been multiple people to address Miss Karen Silver, such as Jessica Wu, Joyner Lucas, and other people. But Karen Silver is in here. She's speaking her piece, and we will give her the grace to speak her piece along with WAC 100 as they continue this dialogue. For those that just joined the room again, this is the Crenshaw District. I thank you for listening. WAC and Karen, y'all got the floor.
Yo, and just for the record, I have actively right now, me being who I am, I got an artist named True Car. My wife is in here. She cut all the checks. I'm down there 300,000 in on this young man. He still ain't broke. So I say that to say this. I know 60 and 100, y'all think that's what it is. Man, sometimes we get into an excess of $1 million, couple million before somebody breaks. So, you know, you can't put it all on that. Like it's going. You heard the man say they was already 500,000 in. She was the last of the Mohicans. So, you know, y'all got to factor that shit in. You know, people, it don't work like that. If that was the case, everybody could go tell their mama, pull $60,000 out your house, mama, and I'm gonna be a superstar. It just don't work like that.
All right, Wack, let me just say something. This is Tiara. So I just want to ask, okay, I hear what you're saying, but where is the money going?
Yeah,
so
like you ain't saying where that money went.
Yeah, can he have the receipts of that? That's only fair. I'm not saying that she stole the money or did shit with it that was inappropriate, but damn, can she tell him where the fuck the money went?
Yeah, but his management, what's crazy about this is his fucking management at the time should address that shit. You know that.
No, Wack, I can answer that because the fact that I still have a majority of them still in my email, and I mentioned this prior a few times. He said he wanted to see it, and I said gladly. So that's not a problem. He can gladly see it. We can go through this.
So then it shouldn't be a discussion after that, honestly.
I think it's a discussion because it's a lot of people stepping up.
Well, it shouldn't be a discussion. He sees where it went.
There was no work done.
We got Big Gov in the room too that has.
Hold on, conductor. I'm not done talking. There's actually somebody else in here that just came, that's about to come to the stage. They basically got the same claims that Joyner got.
Oh, wow. Joyner didn't get an itemized list for 6 years, right? That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
No, for well, it wasn't 6 years. It was 6 years ago, but
But he never got the itemized list. Is the question, Karen?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's the problem.
His lawyer,
Karen.
but the thing is, his manager got every single invoice for what was paid out. But I still have a copy of those, which I would gladly send to him.
Right, and you got to understand, Karen. Let me just say this. Hold on. Let me say this. You have to understand that, yes, you can give an invoice all day, but we need still receipts because receipts come after invoices.
She had them.
Yeah, but listen. That's what the invoice and the receipt is the same thing. So if somebody sent me,
it's not the same thing.
In the no video.
It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
It is. No. Let me finish. If it's something that I paid out for a service I'm paying out for him, and they sent it over to me, and I paid it, and I still have a record of it, I'm going to send it to him so he can see. And on top of that, I can make my
Then Karen, that's a paid. Hold on, Karen. That's a paid invoice. There's a difference between a paid invoice and an actual invoice. Because an invoice. Hold on.
No, fuck all that. Because hold on, man. Listen, if I send,
let her talk,
if I send my guy who does my fucking radio, he's my consultant, right? On the email, what it's gonna cost $50,000, and I send you that, and I can show you I'm sending you that. That's a fucking receipt.
Whack, but
Whack, you gotta understand that an invoice is what I'm getting from you, and then a receipt is what you give me back for paying it.
Thank you.
Period.
And that's all I'm saying, Whack. I'm saying that's how. Let me say something. That's how it's supposed to be done.
Hey,
like with me and Tiara, I give her the invoice and the fucking receipt to show.
First of all, Keita, what you saying is this. You saying exactly what I've been
some
saying.
People want the receipt.
That nigga's management, first of all, dropped the fucking ball because they supposed to be overseeing that.
I can agree with you on that, Whack.
Second of all, if I send you a wire, on that wire, it's gonna stipulate who it's going to, what account, and it's gonna ask me why is it going. That's my fucking receipt. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about.
All right, can I say this real quick? Can I say this real quick? So, side note, I don't know how you send things on here, but I want to have a sidebar conversation with Keita and Joyner too, so you can get that. But I really want to have a sidebar conversation with Keita because that's something that's more personal, and that's something that like matters offline off of this.
No, that's definitely. That's definitely. I think. But I do want to say, I had no clue Jesse was going to come in here. I had no clue Joyner was going to come in here. But it's the fact that y'all in here. So he is asking for the proof of receipt. So I mean, I would say that's only fair.
Listen, I don't need you to apologize for that. That was the purpose of me coming in here because we're all having a dialogue and a conversation, and that's fine. Jessie is allowed to speak her piece. If she feels as though that's her truth, I'm speaking my truth. You got upset. Hold on. And I hope, can you guys bring up the girl that this was originally started from? Could y'all please bring her up? If possible.
But hold on, Keita. If y'all got legal shit going on and y'all not
that's on them.
This don't happen. No. I just want y'all to have clarity on what this is. Because again, I'm not gonna speak ill on this girl. She's used her platform to think. Her name is not Jessie. No. Not
Jessie's in here. She's right there.
In the no radio.
Jessie, the other girl is what this stemmed from. The mother of Gotti girl. I can't have a conversation with Jessie, unfortunately.
Diamond is already on stage.
Okay,
hey guys.
Let her talk.
Mute your mics, please.
Okay, one mic. Everybody mute your mic. If I hear an ad lib, my moderators up here will snipe you and you'll be in the goo for the rest of this conversation. That's how this is gonna go from now on, bro. Like real rap. No ad libs. Let the people that need to be talking talk. Everybody up here listen. It's a privilege for you to be on this stage. So if you unmute your mic with an ad lib, you will get sent to the goo. All right. Go ahead, Miss Karen, and whoever else got to talk.
I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I have to take this call, but I'm coming right back.
Okay.
While I'm muted. That's it. That's all.
Okay.
I want to say.
Okay, that's all. Hey, why should you take that call?
Keita.
Go ahead, Wack.
Keita, you know damn well, right? Some of these people we pay them a certain way. And then other people we pay them a whole nother way. So a lot of these people in this room don't understand that. That's why I asked the question
that's
no,
facts.
That's why I asked the question I asked, and if we go pull the BDS, which I can go pull that shit, or we see a spin count, because then I'm going to see the value. You know, like God know everything ain't, people in this room don't know that everything is paid. A lot of this shit under that table. You know what I mean? So now your management got to pay attention to what the
What are you saying? Say complete your shit.
No, this is what it is. A lot of things in this business, you really, it's behind the scenes, right? So, when you...
Right, but it's still invoices and receipts.
No, the fuck it ain't.
Not
Have you ever seen... Here, hold on, wait. Have you ever seen a motherfucker like here? You telling me one night... Are you telling me that you saw...
Let me just say what I'm going to say. I've been being quiet. So let me just say this. When I pay if a motherfucker send me a receipt, I'm going to pay them. If they send me an invoice, I'm going to pay them, and I need my receipt for that. That's what the difference is between an invoice and
Have you ever seen a radio payment? Now, this me you talking to. God
yes,
damn it.
Motherfucker, now that I'm independent, yes. Absolutely, what? You know you my brother. I tell you everything.
You got some paperwork with a radio team, and they put down their payment? Who?
Honey, go to WJOB.
That's a motherfucking federal offense called Payola. It can't happen. It can't happen.
Because I don't do Payola. Not as an independent person that depends out of my own pocket.
Some shit does not happen on paper is what I'm telling you. And it's up to your management team to visually see if that's
happening. And I didn't disagree with you on that. Hey, can y'all let me and Wax talk for a second? I can,
but I need one mic. I can need you one at a time. I can't understand y'all both at the same time.
Okay.
Some shit, like I know, it's not gonna happen on paper. It's not gonna happen. It can't happen.
Well, them motherfuckers need to get their business together. But I understand what you're saying. Because I know all about Payola. I get it. I get what you're saying.
Who's supposed to watch that, Tiara?
When he's saying that he paid her more, he paid her for other services outside of radio.
I mean, if he got interviews and shit like that, he know if he got all that. He know if he got that. If he wasn't,
but he just wanted to see where his money was going. Which I don't disagree with him.
I'm gonna say some shit Karen probably don't want me to say. I'm gonna keep it all the way real.
Please do.
It smelled like it was another motherfucker getting paid on the back end too. Cause where's the manager this whole time? It smelled like somebody got some kickbacks. And that's business. I'm sorry.
But that's cool if you keep it front with a motherfucker.
Nah, that ain't her obligation. That ain't her obligation. It's the artist's obligation to be smashing on management. And if management can't answer them questions, Tiara, he should have did what you done saw us do upon his time. He should have gotten his ass.
For sure. I agree with that. That's the part that I agree with you on. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It boils down to the people that you got around you. I wish that I would go through a situation like that and Keita can't tell me where the fuck the money goes.
In this case, it's a conversation with Sean that needs to happen. There you go.
Okay, but there should have been an itemized list, period.
But that starts with management.
All I was saying is, Tiara, over here we do receipts and invoices.
No, I'm gonna continue to say again. This gentleman, Sean, has every single invoice. He has every single itemized thing that I sent out.
So every single invoice and receipt he has.
Yes, because I'm still looking at the emails.
Start with management.
I want to make sure that Joyner has them too. That was the.
But Wack, you can say it starts with management. Hold on, let me say this real quick because you can say it starts with management, but it also starts with the artist too. Because it's no way that I'm not dotting my I's and crossing my T's.
Tiara, you know why, Tiara? Because you've been in the motherfucking business 20 goddamn years. This dude, he was fresh. He don't know. That's why I start with management. Mm-hmm. You know that. You didn't watch me go in. You didn't watch me go in and fix shit after one of my dumbass artists. You know what I'm talking about.
Did some dumb shit. Exactly. I just told you I didn't disagree with you on that, but I'm just telling Karen, respectfully, Karen, I'm just telling you that you need to provide invoices and receipts. They're different. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so he was provided like I mentioned before, he was provided the invoice for everything that was paid out to every single vendor that came from that allotted money. But that's a conversation I said with Joyner. You want to have sidebar, we can have that conversation so you can see that. But that was sent to your management. The reason I brought up Diamond is because it goes from the fact that this is what stems. Me and Jesse's issue is not real. It's not something that is something that mattered. It's something that could have been avoided. It was her friend thinking I took her podcast, and then from there she decided to jump ship and be cool with her. But come to find out, I knew the girl's brother, and somebody from the streets fixed it. That was my issue with Jess, and that's where all of this is stemming from. So I'm not speaking for.
Wait, so let me just ask you this. Hold on, no. Let me ask you a question so you can differentiate the difference. Okay, so you saying that the Joyner thing, and because I'm new to this, but I'm just hearing what I'm hearing. The Joyner thing and the Jesse thing are two totally different things, right?
Yeah, those are two different things.
Okay, all right, continue.
Yeah, they're two different things. So now I think Diamond's up here. I'm gonna let her like that. This has nothing to do with me. And I think Jess was annoyed, which she has a right to be. She thought, oh, okay, they're ganging up on me. Nah, Jess, that's what you did to me. I'm not gonna do that to you. I don't have a problem with you. All I ask is just give me the same respect I give you.
Well, girl, I think you shouldn't worry about no catfight shit. Honestly, just worry about your business.
But no, you can think about your business. But if it's two of your homegirls and we're all trying to make money, you say, what the fuck are you doing? We're trying to make money. We're trying to get money. Let this shit go and let's get money together. That was the premise of it. So I looked at it like, all right, I started a podcast.
And Jesse, though, not you and Joyner.
No, but now it got to a point she's taking it too far with some of the shit she's saying. There's certain things you can't come back from.
I think that sounds like a sidebar conversation with you and her, not you and Joyner.
No, I know. I said I'm having one with him. I don't know if I can have one with her right now because I'm gonna be honest.
Well, don't.
She tested my heritage and everything else. So I'm gonna let Diamond say whatever that from there was, and she's the middle person in all of this because she was the one with the issue who started the original room of me thinking I took.
So you said she started the whole come at Karen thing.
Diamond was upset about the podcast, and she's on this. She's on here. She's up on stage. It says Diamond, I believe.
Is that Jesse? Oh,
I'm right here.
Oh, yeah, girl, because I'm getting a look.
Hold on, excuse me.
I don't think that I need to speak about.
Yeah, hold up. Let me reset before Diamond get to talking. Hold on. I'm gonna reset. According to the.
I just pulled Joyner's manager up.
Okay. Joyner manager here. Okay, we're gonna reset.
No.
I want to reset. I'm gonna reset right quick for those that are just joined the conversation. I want to thank you for joining the Crenshaw District. If you haven't already, hit the green house at the top. Follow your moderators and those that are speaking that that you find interesting and you want to follow them on this app to hear them speak more. Please follow them on this stage in the audience, wherever they may be. Okay. Now, this conversation was created by Keita Trotter right here at the top. Number one person on stage. Y'all make sure y'all follow her. She is the queen of the Crenshaw District. This is Karen Civil been a fraud. Tried to tell y'all. All right, now we got WAC 100 on the stage. We got Tiara Marie on the stage. TD Punch on the stage. Karen Civil on the stage. We got a lot of people on stage having this conversation that's giving us information and making sure. We got Freddie Roosevelt and and a special guest all in the audience, man. Like, so y'all make sure we keep this conversation civil. We keep this conversation respectful. Okay, one mic rule. Please do not talk over each other. As you hear these moderators speaking and those that are part of this conversation speaking, just please listen. All the ad-libs, you will get moved to the audience. Again, I want to thank y'all for joining the Crenshaw District. I would then turn the floor over to those that were speaking. Y'all got the floor.
Thank you, Commodore. Thank you.
Frank had something to say. I think, was it Nick?
I got something to say.
Who is
Go ahead, bro.
Who is I?
It's Ernest.
Okay.
I'm a journalist, and yes, I'm a journalist, and I'm Philadelphia.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm in Philadelphia. I'm a journalist who's been following and based in Philly a lot of this antics that Karen has done. All I will say for where I stand on is that the reason why it's been hard to get transparency from her is because sometimes she does lack a lot of accountability on social media. A lot of people have been raising concerns about some of her activities and the way that she carries. She blocks people. She isn't necessarily transparent about where she's at and what she's doing. She's taking content from journalists online. And in many ways, when she was held accountable for, I can give you an example. In Philadelphia, I think there was Power 99. She was out acting like she was the one, on the stage and whatnot. She took that footage from a friend of mine who was a journalist in Philadelphia. When that person had confronted her about it, she blocked them. We was basically telling her, you need to, cite this person's content and what they're doing. She blocked all of us, including myself. And she's been doing that to several people over the years. And I just kind of feel like the lack of transparency and accountability to the press, and even some of the other stuff that she's admitted to doing tonight, I feel like it speaks to a lot to her character and why it's hard to be in reach with her. So the man who was talking about the $60,000, I'm in solidarity with you. It is hard to get in contact with Karen when it's time for her to be accountable for some of the things that she do. And that's all I got to say on it.
I don't want y'all to just attack her. Like, let's.
No, but let me be clear. I'm a journalist, so let me be clear. We need to, not gaslight here, and I want to be, with all respect to you, it's not an attack. People out here has had their money not communicated to her. People have clearly put trust in her, an expectation for her to deliver certain things and be transparent. And so when people are calling for her to be accountable, it's not an attack. It's asking for accountability. So I have not insulted her. Let me be clear. Yeah, that's all I want to be clear about too. I just want to be clear about that. And I think, given the weight of a lot of this type of stuff that's been going on, we should ask ourselves the question, why did it take so long for this to go public? All of these sidebar conversations that she's offering to do today, she should have been doing that so that it didn't have to get on social media and get into the press. That's all I got to say.
I thank you for that, Ernest. I know on stage we got other people in the group, Ms. Karen. I know you're going to want to rebuttal with any people. We're going to get some people that,
Karen is no longer here.
Okay, so we're going to let Cash speak. Cash Man, where you at, Cash Man?
Hey, before y'all go on, I'm with Sean right now. I'm on the phone with him. Sean has no receipts. Sean has no receipts of Karen sending these things to him. The last thing he got was her saying the conversation will not continue to go further until Joyner apologizes. So these receipts that she's telling you.
But that's not cool, because how the fuck am I giving you my money and you telling me that you're not gonna give me my receipts?
Where Karen at? Bring Karen back in here.
Them invoices.
That's why she left.
I'm the one pulled. He
heard the whole
One mic.
I'm the one pulled. He doubled up because he called me. So Karen is out the room. The odds are kind of back is probably slim to none. But
yeah, it is whack, slim to none. So we're gonna continue. I know Cash Man wanted to speak. He was in the group. He hit me up a couple of hours ago. This stage has been going for a few hours. I want to thank y'all again. Okay, Diamond first. Miss Diamond, where are you at? Say I. Because there's a lot of people on stage, so I'm trying to go through the stage. Just say, okay.
I'm right here.
Okay, Diamond. Go ahead, Miss Diamond. Then we're going to have Cash Man speak next. And again, if you haven't followed the greenhouse at the top, please do so. Follow all of your moderators, especially Miss Keita Trotter. She's the queen of the Crenshaw District. So y'all make sure y'all follow her. Also, man, just for a little quick promo, make sure y'all stream Body for our one and only right here on the Crenshaw District, Danny Dyrich, on iTunes and all streaming platforms right now. So go ahead, Diamond. Miss Diamond, go ahead and speak.
Yes, sir. Well, the room is basically Karen Civil Beneford, and me and Cameron worked out our differences already, so I don't know if my story really matters. But I'm the girl that they're referring to that was in the middle of the podcast discrepancy, where there was a point where I felt like her podcast was biting off of mine, and that's when Jesse jumped in to what was then defend me. So I don't know if y'all want that story, if it has anything to do with this Clubhouse, but I'm just the girl that is in the middle of both parties between Jess and Karen.
I mean, she mentioned you, so you might as well tell your piece. Shit, she called you out.
I don't really give a fuck about none of this shit to sound like.
Okay, well then you not one that.
Well, look, it's okay, yeah. Right now. Well, Mr. Cash Man, go ahead, because Miss Diamond said it's irrelevant.
Yeah,
Mr. Cash Man, it's cool, Diamond. Go ahead, Cash Man.
Yeah,
speak, Cash Man. Go ahead, Cash.
So I just wanted to jump in about radio and how that works. So Joyner, I'm sorry that you lost your money, but how
mute your mics, please. Mute your mics.
Benzino, mute your mic. Too close to record.
Cashman.
bro. I'm back. So once again, Joyner, I'm sorry you lost your money, but how radio works just in the future is that they send you a proposal. And when you and your manager see that proposal, then you make the decision to wire that money. Now, I know you're asking for receipts from her. That's a tricky situation.
Cashman, before you go forward, let me tell you that radio was paid outside of the $60,000. Had nothing to do with the money that she was given. And
it did though, because she worked it. Because y'all didn't tell her not to.
Nah, I got you, Wack. But Wack, that none of those receipts are checking out. We don't have any.
I mean, you ain't gonna get that one though, bro. What I'm trying to tell you.
Oh no. Wack, I'm in radio.
You ain't gonna get that one.
I know the lingo. But on top of that, when the only person that came out to be profitable from this whole thing is a girl named Echo, who was a publicist who they paid in addition.
We know who Echo is.
They paid her in addition to what she got. So it wasn't like Karen even kicked anything out to her. She didn't do anything. Karen got hers and got lost.
What was everything that Karen was supposed to, like? What did she get? Like, where did it go? Where is the money at?
They gave her $60,000.
So what's Karen's rate, Wack? What's her rate?
This is where they went wrong at. It wasn't no fucking rollout. Where is that?
I think Tierra's asking the same question. What did she get paid for?
You're missing the point. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. The young man sounded to me like he was so excited. I get it. And I only put it on him. His manager, they was
connection to what?
They were supposed to have an itemized fucking rollout on what was going what they was.
And I agree with you. His management should have been more on top of that. But I'm also seeing that Karen needs to take accountability for where the fuck the money went. Period.
She sent an itemized list, but she never did anything with it.
So where did the fucking money go? That's all I'm asking.
He never got them.
And we don't.
Hold on.
We got the list, but we got no receipts.
You're not going to know where the money went. That's what I'm getting to explain. Everybody wants to know where the money went. Some of the people that are hired to do radio are indie radio promoters like me, right? Hold on. Then there's people at the labels that do radio that are not supposed to do radio outside of their radio. So when you asking for these receipts for some of the people y'all mentioned that are my friends or my clients that y'all mentioned today that work at labels that their name doesn't even need to be mentioned on the stage.
Well, first of all, I didn't mention nobody's name. Hold on, let me speak again because I've been quiet this whole time. Let me speak again. Nobody ever asked for no names of nobody. All I'm bringing up is the names Karen and Joyner. So what I'm saying is for Joyner's fucking people to pay Karen $60,000. Where did the money go? That's it. Like, bitch, you can just say like it went like here or there. Like, where did it go?
Hold on. I get what you're saying, but I'm explaining.
Radio's not on the list. The itemized list, radio's not on it. So her talking about
radio, so if that's not on the list, then that excludes Wack's whole point.
Radio's not on the list. The list is
radio. I'm saying radio was not on the list, right?
Y'all sound crazy. This is crazy.
Joyner's Instagram is right there.
I can't believe that motherfucking grown-ass people don't understand that either invoice or receipts.
One mic. One time.
Let's settle it down.
One mic. I'm gonna get the sniping.
Hey, Joyner, have you addressed your manager?
Hold on, guys. Let me finish this so we all are on the same page.
Hey, bro, you talking crazy. I can mention every radio consultant in the game. They don't give a fuck about the world knowing they consult radio. Like, come on, stop talking like that.
All they care about is they cash.
They would be secret. They would be very secretive on even that. As long as nobody say they did that with that, that's when you cross the line, bro. So that shit you talking about, bro.
Why would we be mentioning who we're hiring?
It doesn't matter. Everybody hires the same people, bro.
Nobody's talking about
a petty drug dealer could hire the radio consultants these days. Knock this shit off, bro. This ain't 20 years ago. You know that.
And I feel like what Wack is basically saying is like Joyner's. Hold on, let me finish. For Joyner's situation, it's like, okay, if you give a motherfucker 60,000K, you gotta be the one to make sure that every motherfucking coin, you know where it's getting spent at. Period. And then even if you can't say nothing about Payola or whatever else is involved in it, where the fuck did the other money go? Okay, so did that go to promo? Did that go to you, Karen, in your pocket? Where did it go? That's all I'm saying. Like, I want to know where every motherfucking coin that I spend out of my pocket went.
I'm going to keep it real with you. And I'm just going to be real from somebody coming from the savage side to this side. Sometimes when people come, I don't know if Blue's still in here, he know. Some budget y'all come with, we going to keep all that because we know if we spend it all on it anyway, they going to do nothing anyway. I'm just going to be real with you. Let's just talk some real shit.
So why the fuck
you
spending money then?
Hold on. Wait. Let me give you some real shit. If you come to me, when we talk about back in the days when I was coming up and we hit licks, yo, this shit costs $250,000. Dude talking about he got 80. Man, go ahead on the spike that nigga with 20. We're going to cut to 60 up. Management be in on the bullshit too. Just keep it real, right? I know, right? So what I'm telling y'all is this, and I'm saying this, Joyner, understand 6-7 years ago, you didn't know, but I think between now and then, I think you didn't figure out that management, you need to sit down with dude. For real. Because it was on him to supervise that. And not only that,
and that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Look, the fact that your manager, I'm going to tell you where the red flag is at. If somebody tell me something costs 60, I'm going to say, all right, what's your fee in the 60? My fee is 12. All right, here goes 6 up front, and I'm going to give you 20. Boom. Let me see where that 20 go. Okay, I see where that is. Boom. I'm going to hit you with another 20. The fact that he okayed the whole WAP being sent up front tells me what's going on because I once been one of those monsters of that going on. You are not supposed to okay the whole bag going up front before any work is done. Any manager that approved that is in on the play. I don't give a fuck who they is.
And I ain't mad at anything you just said. That's all I'm trying to clarify.
You know
Joyner, honestly, Joyner got to be more on his shit is all I'm really trying to say. But and Karen has to be the one that provides him with what he needs to know that he's on his shit. Okay, I gave you 60,000. Where did you put it to? Period.
Hey, listen, I'm going to say this, Tierra. Who Karen was 7 years ago, and I'm just hypothetically speaking, who she was 7 years ago, because who I was 7 years ago may be a little different from who she is today. Niggas was playing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was playing.
I get that. But
I think Cashman understand that.
But this is what causes arguments because motherfuckers don't know who they dealing with. So it's like, if you dealing with a person and I'm going to entrust you with $60,000, I need to know where every coin goes. So if you didn't say that to her, then that's your irresponsibility.
But I don't think Wack is paying his radio niggas, right? Wack. Let's
Hold on. Hey, I control my whole bag, bro.
Wack, you paying your niggas, right?
I control my whole bag.
Exactly. So you're paying your radio niggas. You're not going to your radio niggas and saying, let me see every single partner you're dealing with and spreading the money around.
No, this is what I'm doing. This is what I do. Let me tell you how it happens, right? Listen, I'm a speaking turn. Hey, listen. Hey, nigga, how much 1,000 marshmallows gonna cost me? How much? All right, here go half of that. Okay, but Wack, we need to re-up. 500 marshmallows there? Yeah, let me see.
Exactly, but you're not asking for who their connects are. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, you don't think that's not gonna happen.
I don't need to know who the connects are. I just need to know where my motherfucking money is going. Why don't y'all understand that?
What up? But Tierra, what you gotta understand is his manager's job to track this shit. Like,
but
come on, Tierra. Who
released the whole bag to track his manager to know? Like, what?
Who releases
don't nobody in this room understand that? That is
Tierra, who releases the whole bag up front? Who does
but even more than that,
and then we put it into the manager's hands. What the fuck? Don't y'all get about
that? If you call me and want a feature from my artist and I tell you 100,000, I'm gonna tell you send me 50, not the whole 100. If your manager say send him the whole 100, that's because that nigga in on that bag and he want his kickback early.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? But go back telling you the truth.
Well, it all sounds like the beginning. Shit to me.
The only reason why we're talking about it is because the work wasn't done.
But I'm going, is all I'm saying. Now let me know where every dime is going. Okay, if y'all got some deals going on, if I agree with it, which I might not or might will, like, let me know what the fuck is going on with my money that I'm putting out my motherfucking pocket, period.
That's not going to happen if they play.
Niggas don't care. Niggas don't care about that unless the results don't happen.
And that's where the problem lies.
It's because there ain't no results.
Period. Yeah. I don't give a fuck.
And what I'm saying is,
to the day I die.
What I'm saying is, look, he went from spending $500,000 wherever he spent it out his mouth to his last 60, and you landed on Karen Civil. I've been in this game a long time. We knew Karen from doing what she did, but Karen ain't breaking no damn artist. That's not happening. That's a fact.
And I'm not putting it all on Karen because it's not all her fault. Like you said, motherfuckers should have been more in line with the money that they was putting out. Period. That's all I'm saying. But it's just like, why don't y'all understand that?
The question
she should have provided the receipts too. Like y'all talking about invoices. You can send me 12 invoices. Hold on. You can send me 12 invoices. I don't have to pay them bitches if I don't want to pay them. Then you got a problem with me. But if I pay my motherfucking invoices, send me my receipts, bitch. That's why I'm saying.
Listen, Joyner. Is Joyner on here? Joyner, you said part of that was like sit-down interview, shit like that, right?
Nah, he's not in here right now.
Okay, but he said like sit down. So this is what I'm saying. So if his whole budget is $60,000, man, until you look, okay, what I'm gonna give you this up front.
You could do a lot with $60,000 though, Wack. So
I would have gave her 15, 20 max. When
exactly,
the interview
and budgeted myself. It's like
when
you
the
said,
interview is happening and everything else is happening, and I see that dub been exhausted, then I'm gonna hit you with some more money. The fact that the manager, coming from a manager, approved him to send the whole 60 to investor who don't know shit, he's just a bag, to send the whole 60 up front tells me something. She ain't gonna say that. She can't say that.
Format you're going on too. It also depends on that.
You missed
just
it.
because you get radio,
you missed it. You missed it. It's a relationship there somewhere.
Nobody's sending the whole bag up front before anything happens unless your slick ass is involved in something. The manager shouldn't approve that with the investor.
Okay, so do you get what you're saying right now?
I know exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, because then you would understand why he would question Karen and what she was doing.
Nah, but his question is to start with his manager.
That's cool and all, and he should question his manager first, but he also got to question her too.
You know what I mean? Don't question the guy.
Answer the question where the fuck the money went.
Listen. You're never gonna know. Listen, let me tell you something.
He had the manager on the phone. Hold on, Wack. He had the manager on the phone. The manager said he never got an itemized list. He never got anything from Karen. That is what the manager said when.
So ask that weirdo why the fuck did he approve the wire?
Hold on.
Am I able to speak?
Right, this is right.
Because his artist told him to.
One mic.
Hold on. That's a problem. That's what I'm saying.
How did he approve the wire?
Hold on. If the manager is saying he never received any of the invoices, he never got an itemized list from Karen, that is a problem.
Why did he approve the wire? It's on management side. You shouldn't approve the wire.
No, Wack, you not understanding. If I told you right now, like, okay, just send me $60,000 and I'll take care of everything.
Not gonna happen. If my video guy tells me, yo, Wack, the video gonna cost $50,000. First thing I'm gonna say, yo,
but that's you, Wack. All I'm saying is that Karen should be able to provide.
I am a manager. That's not me. I'm a manager. We gotta all manage the way we're supposed to manage. It's not me, managers.
But that's not the layout they're asking for. They're specifically just asking for some type of anything.
Where did she spend the money at? She spent the money.
Listen to me. Hey, okay, let me put it. Look, you'll never know where the money went because I'm telling you right now.
No. Okay, all right. That's a big thing to say. But here's the thing. All they're asking for is for proof of even like having the money in the first place, and she will not even.
Well, they sent it to her.
She already said she got.
They sent it to her,
and that's where the problem is coming in.
No, that's not where the problem comes from.
We know about how she gets paid out in radio.
The problem comes from the manager approving the $60,000 wire to be sent, and he ain't got no rollout. He ain't got no nothing. The fact that the manager
that's not the problem. That is stupid. Don't get me wrong. That is stupid for that manager to do, but that's not the problem.
That's the problem.
Because even outside of my manager, I should be able to go to this bitch and say, well, what, he gave you $60,000 because I might fire his ass. Okay,
something real quick?
That's the problem.
Jesse wants to speak. Let me say something really, really quick, and I'll get out to you guys' way. Karen Civil is a gaslighter.
Who is this? Who is this? Who is this?
This is Jessie.
Oh,
Karen
Jessie
Civil got on
who
here.
she been talking about?
The way that you guys allowed you guys allowed her to gaslight Joyner Lucas on here was really.
Yeah, but that ain't your thing, though. That ain't your thing. The thing is in court.
Well, Karen,
no, let her speak because she got.
Nah, because Jordan just that ain't her thing. She don't know nothing about it.
Let her finish. You got a point because let me say
I'm gonna bring up my case.
People are pissed off that she really did talk in a whole lot of fucking circles.
Right, and she gaslit you guys, and you guys let her do it. You guys had all this energy for her, and as soon as she came in here,
like me, because I know
she was able to get on here. Oh, don't talk to me, please, and all you guys bowed the fuck down.
Who was all you guys?
Nobody bowed the fuck down.
Yeah, that's cap. I'm sorry.
That's cap as fuck, baby girl.
Can I talk? Let me say this real quick, Jesse.
Yeah.
Do you know how many motherfuckers was texting my phone and calling my phone and back channels telling me, Keita, please calm down. Please calm down. So, yeah, you going to keep me up out of that.
So one of my Keita been had that smoke, and we're going to.
But, Jesse, what was you trying to say, Jesse? Jesse, are you there?
Jesse, you there? I'm here. So I'm just going to address a couple things that she said, and then I'm done, okay? First of all, she came on here and she admitted to hiring a hacker, okay? So that is a crime. In our case, she cites defamation as me. When I said in our case, I accused her, she says I accused her of taking down my Instagram page, which did happen right after our Twitter back and forth, okay? She says me saying that was defamatory. But here she is in this room admitting to having hackers and admitting to taking pages down, okay? So just want to address that. Number two.
I heard her say take pages. She said
it. Yes, she did say it.
Wack, you really defending her heavy, Wack.
Yeah, you are.
She admitted to it.
You really are. You really are. Okay, they must be. Okay, anyway. So then, she also, I noticed how she kept trying to say the whole diamond thing, and she
kept trying to bring y'all country up, like at the
bringing our country up. So let me just address this. In our court documents, see, in this room, she admitted that Diamond had been accusing her of stealing the podcast for weeks, okay? But in our documents, she says that Diamond told her that I coerced Diamond to do this.
And that's
in the chat, that's not what she said. In the chat, that's not what she said. Our case is public. You can look that up for yourself. Third, she brings up Haiti. I love the fact that she always brings up Haiti. It's so easy to bring up Haiti for clout. It's so easy to bring up Haiti for philanthropy because a lot of you guys will never do your research. Because you're not from Haiti, okay? I have never, ever, ever said she stole from Haiti. I retweeted a bunch of people saying that she hijacked the Free Haiti hashtag. Free Haiti became popular in March. Why? Because our president, there were a lot of protests against basically our president ruling by decree and essentially, not officially, but essentially moving as a dictator, okay? And so people were marching about that. They were marching about being against dictatorship. When that happened, she took the hashtag and she started raising money. Everybody was tweeting, why are you raising money? Why are you using this time to raise money? This is not what Free Haiti is about. The hashtag is about us protesting a possible dictatorship, okay? So again, I never said she stole from Haiti, but there are a lot of people who do say she has. And if you do a simple tweet search, you will see that. Next thing, Next thing she said that she said.
Why you ain't say that when she was here though? Like you was here.
Hold on. Excuse me. Hello. Hello. I have one mic. Hey, shut up.
Bro, if y'all
Jesse,
here to speak,
wait a minute, goddammit.
Yeah, one mic.
Jesse, real quick, let me say this because you just came back up. Jesse Wu has been in the room the entire time because of their legal matter. Jesse and Karen could not be on the stage at the same time. Since Karen left out to take a call, I brung Jesse back up. So don't come on this fucking stage asking why she didn't say that. Because you're just coming in and we did not reset that. So I'm telling you now, because if you say it again, I'm going to send your black ass down.
Bingo.
Continue, Jesse.
I just have only 2 more points and then I'm done. I love the fact that she brought up Nick Cannon. I knew Nick Cannon since 2016 when I was a Wild 'N Out girl, okay? She sat in this chat room and said she had the power to take me off of Wild 'N Out. First of all, a simple Google search will show you that I spoke about experiencing colorism on Wild 'N Out. Nick Cannon saw that clip. He invited me on his TV show, and he offered me a job. Not only because I voiced the truth, but also because he always thought I was talented. Now, her saying she had the power to take me off the show, I'm glad she said that. I'm glad she said that because I have a recording of me speaking to Danielle the last day of filming, and Danielle told me Karen pressured her to get Nick Cannon to take me off the show because she was upset that I was still on the show despite her suing me. So you know what? If I wanted to be a bitch, I could post that. But I didn't want to post that because if I do that, it would put a lot of people's job at risk. But you know what? You said it, so I'm bringing it up. And you know what? If you do file another lawsuit, I will bring that to court. Last thing. There are not 2 cases. It's very easy, guys, to pay a couple dollars and to go and look up our case. Mm-hmm. She cited defamation and harassment. That's what she's suing me for. Okay, so when you look at the order that I posted, it breaks that down. I don't have a reason to lie about that. Now, if she were to go ahead and file another case, she could do that if she wants to. And I believe her to be a very delusional and very chemically imbalanced person that believes her own lies. That's why she could get on here and lie the way that she did. Here's the thing with her.
The thing is that nobody is doubting any of the personal shit that you and her are going through.
No, I'm just talking about this.
That's not personal.
Yeah, I'm talking about the case. And I'm gonna say this last thing, and I'm done. It's so convenient for her to say things like, "Oh, we could have a sidebar. We could have a sidebar conversation." How do you have a sidebar conversation with somebody who sues you, who gives you a cease and desist, who sues you, and then basically tells you, "Oh, once you go public about it, says, oh, we can have a sidebar conversation." Why didn't you just have a conversation with me from the get-go? If you're such a real chick from New York and New Jersey, you could have easily called me and said, yo, your tweet hurt my feelings. Let's have a real conversation. Why go through those extremes to try to basically drown me out of my money and then pay you an inconvenience fee and then basically be shut up by the court? It doesn't make sense. So she's a gaslighter. She's a liar. And I really, really wish that you guys would have kept the same, and not all of you guys, but I really wish you guys would have kept the same cooking energy that you had before she got on stage, because most of you guys failed. That's it.
Hey, Jessica, can I ask you a question about Nick Cannon? Are y'all still friends today?
We're cool.
Oh, are you? Well, listen, do me a favor. Don't never get on here talking about you recorded somebody that he looked at as his sister. That ain't cool, because I don't think she know you recorded her. And I'm going to let him know that.
Listen, this is a public platform, like you said. Everybody
I don't think you know what
everything you say can be
when I tell him,
she lied. She gave an alternative.
But I'm saying the fact that you recorded Danielle, let me know what type of person you are.
Yeah, because recording Danielle,
trying to look out for you.
Everybody
recorded.
But Danielle wasn't on the app, so Danielle should not even be in it like that. Danielle was not on this app.
You missing it. No, fuck you mean, Dan. That's Danielle. That's somebody Nick looked like as a sister. You know who Nick is to me. So the fact that you called Danielle and she called herself being a sister to you and let you know something, and you recorded her, that ain't cool.
Her a sister to me.
No,
but you should have been recording another bitch. You won't call me a sister, but if I call you and tell you some shit,
I didn't record anybody, and you guys don't know you guys don't know the history between me and that person. So at the end of the day, she stood on here and she said she had the power to take me off. She had the power to take me off, but I have.
It don't matter though. What I'm saying is, I know Danielle personally.
Well, if you want to focus on that, you can focus on that.
All right, well, okay. Don't worry about it. No,
actually, no, Jesse. What I'm focused on more so than even you and her situation, because I had a friendship. What I'm saying is, with her and this Joyner person, she should let him know every way that his coin was spent. Period. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Give me
and I agree. And the fact that everybody was trying to tiptoe around that, Joyner literally posted her entire contract that she gave him. So why are you guys let me not say all you guys, but why is he not able to hold her accountable for all the things that she placed in the contract?
He was supposed to read that motherfucker. He did not read one mic.
He was supposed to hold his management accountable, Tierra. She ain't got to join no shit. The management, the goddamn
he's supposed to hold his manager accountable.
There it goes.
Still does not take away from her using the money and not doing what the fuck that contract said.
And then the manager is already.
And let me say this, right? He said his manager never got an itemized list. Let me finish what I'm saying. So how is he supposed to hold somebody accountable?
Because the manager approved the wire.
Hold on, Rack. Listen to the question. How is he supposed to hold somebody accountable who is only going by the information he's given? So if the manager doesn't have an itemized list,
the wire don't go.
Hold on. I'm not talking about the wire.
That's all we.
No, Rack.
We're gonna do one mic.
Hold on.
Let me finish what I'm saying, Rack.
You got a bunch of people talking about the that don't know shit about the music.
Rack, listen.
No, because what you trying to do look, the manager was never supposed. If he don't approve the wire, dude's money ain't gone.
But Rack, that's not what I'm saying.
You gotta listen to the question. Listen to what she's saying first.
Don't mute my mic and let me finish. I hand you $60,000 of my money. I say, you're supposed to provide these services for me. X, Y, Z. Listen to what I'm saying now, Wack. Hear me. We're going step by step. I hand you $60,000 of my daggone money. You never send me an itemized list of what you're doing. I'm coming back to you and saying, hey, what are we doing? What's next? You not contacting me. Hold on.
There it goes, brother. Now we got somebody with a plan.
I'm almost done.
You saying step by step. The first step is
wrap it up.
Oh my God. I'm not wrapping shit up.
Hold on,
Let
man.
her
Let
finish.
her
Let her fucking finish. What the fuck?
Thank you. Listen what I'm saying. Wack, I hand you $60,000 of my money as my phone.
Can you stop right there?
No, let her finish.
You should have handed me no money.
Listen to
she
what
gotta
I'm saying.
understand the fact that.
Rack, let me finish. I'm asking you to give me a service. I am paying for the service up front. I'm not talking about on the back end. Sometimes you pay for services on the front end. Sometimes you pay on the back end. Listen to what I'm saying. You pay for the service up front. So now I say, okay, here go my money, right? And now you got to come back and you got to say, I provided X, Y, Z of the service.
They're not
and when I keep coming back to you and you keep telling me some fuck shit like, oh, hold on, I ain't got it yet.
Don't know where it went.
Hold on, Wack. I'm almost done.
That's not whack.
And I keep saying, hold on, wait a minute. And I'm brushing you off. I'm gaslighting the fuck out of you. I'm not giving you any daggone information. You have now taken my goddamn money and you ain't provided a motherfucking service. Kiss my ass with that bullshit.
Okay, let me correct you.
Whether you put the money up front or whether you put it on the back end, you are still supposed to provide some kind of backing on what
Therese, we're not
before they pay the money.
Music industry.
Man, one mic, goddammit.
Let me tell you where you going wrong at.
It's too many people.
Hold on, let me tell you where you going wrong at.
It's too many people giving input on this that don't know how the music business works. And I hear somebody say, fucking
let me tell you where let me tell her where she going wrong at.
Wait, before you go, Wack, before you go, this is somebody just hit me. This is being recorded on YouTube live right now.
Yeah, so it's on. Hey, look, with that, hold up. One mic, please. With that being said, go ahead, Wack.
Listen, in this business, it's a pecking order to the business. Okay? That pecking order to the business is really your blueprint if the business is being conducted correctly. The fact that you can go from, I handed you $60,000 before I got this, and this, that is totally out of order. You can't go from 1 to 5, back to 3 to 8 to 2. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. That money
so isn't that what I'm saying, Wack, though? Hold on, let me just ask this. Is that not what I'm saying? Like, let me know where my motherfucking coins is being spent.
The fact that his manager, approved.
His manager is not him. If it's coming out of his pocket.
No, it didn't. His manager.
Bro only had 5,000
It was the nigga with the bag. He was the artist. Then he had the manager. Wait. Remember he said, see, this what got my attention. He kept saying, his man said, this is the one. Go with her. She official. All this shit, right? Okay. The fact that he allowed, right, that money to be wired out before he had the things that he was supposed to get and go over to approve, right, lets me know he ain't on the play.
That's what I'm saying. So everybody should be just focused on the invoices and the receipts, period.
Yeah. If it's a play, he's not
gonna be able to get that if he sends her money without
Motherfucking mic.
The ghetto. The following video is broadcasting live, and thank you for being my studio audience. Thank you for hitting thumbs up and subscribing to my channel for more black news, celebrity entertainment, and a splash of controversy.
Wack got a point, Sierra got a point, everybody got a point. But at no fucking point did she stand on the stage and tell that nigga what she did with that fucking money.
That's all I'm saying, Keita.
Why?
Exactly my point.
But let me talk, y'all. She could have gave. But wait, she could have gave verbal.
What else she gonna say?
She in a room with 8,000 people. If you got them in your goddamn email, you got them in your phone. Go through your phone, search the email name you sent it to, and read the shit off. You in here with 8,000 people.
If I'm the one guilty of the crime, I'm not gonna talk about it.
And you didn't even give a verbal receipt. You running it.
Wow, you fake crazy nigga.
Oh, just real shit, Keita. I'm disappointed at you because you act like you.
Circle right in there.
Keita, let me ask you a question, Keita. I want you to keep it real with me, right?
She took us in circles.
Wait up, Keita. Hold on, Keita. You've been a student a long time. You done sat there in that motherfucking room when wasn't nobody else allowed in the room. Some shit was on the up and up, and some shit was a play. Am I right?
You absolutely correct.
Okay, so what I'm trying to get people to understand is your manager was fucked up for Joyner, right, is
so you gonna ask yourself, at the time of this, he only had 5,000 followers. Of course, a motherfucker like that, you're an up-and-coming artist with an up-and-coming manager.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Not take away
the nigga had the wrong team provided.
But what? They don't discredit him from being. That don't discredit that from being. But you feel me? Like even though you had the wrong team, they don't discredit that.
Hey, hold on, Wack.
Music business is filthy as fuck.
Hey, Wack. Look, this blue.
Whoever just said, "Where's the money?" I agree with you, sis.
Hold on.
Okay,
hold up. One mic.
Let that man Blue speak, man.
Hey, one mic, bro.
Hey, this is where everybody missed. Hey, look, y'all.
The ghetto.
Hey, Blue. Hold on, quick, Blue. Hold up. You about to speak, bro? I just got to do a reset. It's been people that come in the room that don't know what we're talking about.
In the No Radio.
Welcome everybody to the Crenshaw District.
Thank y'all for thumbs up.
Karen Silver been a fraud. Tried to tell y'all, created by the one and only, the queen of the Crenshaw District, Miss Keita Trotter. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and follow her, follow your moderators, follow everybody that's speaking that you resonate with. Okay.
Hey, thanks for letting me keep you connected and in the know with what's happening in the Black world. Don't forget to smash on that like button for support and for more Black news.
Go ahead, speak, and then I know TDE Punch wanted to speak too. So after you do, we'll let TDE.
Cornell, real quick, before I need to go to dinner, I just want to say one last point. Listen, if a person you trust that person and you give them the money to do what you want them to do, all we're talking about is results. If Karen had did what she was supposed to be doing, none of this shit would all be a moot point. But she didn't do it, so that's why we're talking about it today.
I appreciate that, Scrap. Go ahead, Blue. Go ahead, Blue.
Everybody got their opinion, right? But didn't nobody spend the money? And didn't nobody motherfucking go pay the services for the shit to get done?
And didn't nobody make no money.
Hold on. So can't none of us really speak as motherfucking passionately as I done heard everybody speak about these two entities' business. But what I can speak about is from my own experiences with the same exact to the T motherfucking thing. I will not name nobody because we know we don't do that. Okay, but I have spent the same exact money. Okay, the same exact fucking dollar amount. All right, and I watch people do this to me. One thing Wack is saying is he want to see the PDS. Because if these niggas is finna spend $60,000 at radio, then I'm gonna go for ads at a certain time. My fucking record is gonna be peaking at certain places. You're gonna be seeing that shit go up or down. You're gonna see if you got overnight spins, and the management is fucking responsible to watch this. If this shit ain't happening the first fucking 6 weeks, 4-5 weeks, after you just spend the $60,000, let's dead and decease this shit and get our fucking bread back. I done been through this shit. Now, outside of that, the 68, it was for more than radio. I heard that too. Cool. Let me tell y'all something, man. When we get this money and we spend it, we ain't fucking Def Jam. We ain't Atlantic. Nigga, it's niggas on the street that go to the club every fucking day and know every fucking DJ. All right, in the whole fucking Florida or the whole Georgia, California, wherever. And it's their job to take a brown bag from Blue Da Vinci and Blue Da Vinci's artist song that he working and go to all these DJs and get them niggas an amount of money out of his pocket. Where the fuck is the receipts for that? There is no receipt for that shit, bro. It ain't no receipts for it. And if you try to get something, you putting somebody in jail. So y'all stop playing. Y'all industry people like y'all don't know this shit. Like this nigga Wack, just some gangster don't know what he talking about. But on the other hand, people are saying, what the fuck did she do? Now, you got to go back to the public to know that. Who knew Joyner Lucas? Who was hearing about Joyner Lucas when she was working this project?
Nobody. All right, so let me just say
what
this.
interviews was being put out?
Let me just say this.
Hold on. Let him
What I want to say is, yes, you could say that he was supposed to give whoever the money, his management or whatever. But if I know verifiably through my management, this is the bitch that you gave my money to. You were supposed to hold this bitch accountable for it.
I don't even fuck with Karen. I'm going to keep it 100. I don't fuck with Shorty. All right? I don't even fuck with Shorty. Flat out. So this ain't no choosing side shit with the shit she fuck with Jeezy and then give me my fucking credit. I ain't fuck with her anyway. But I ain't here to talk about no shit like everybody's feeling, right? So let me give it to y'all 100. Keep it 100. Shorty came in there motherfucking said, look, I got the bread. I got mine. And I gave the money to all the people that are supposed to get the fucking vendors. That's what you do with the money. It's called a budget. She ain't held, I guarantee you, Karen Civil ain't held $60,000 and bought purses and burgers until that shit was gone. It's impossible. But she cannot also, this where you get mad, Tiara. She also can't show you the receipts, bro, for the people that actually goes and spends all the money.
And that's where the problem lies.
It ain't gonna happen. You can't.
It ain't gonna happen. You ain't gonna never get receipts for it. And guess what? She ain't go out there and do it herself.
That's when the beef started. That's when the beef starts. Because it's like, you not going to tell me.
No, the
beef got to say, look, I don't know. She got to say, I don't know. I paid these people, but now what Wack's saying from the beginning, to protect this man money, first things first. People were saying they paid the $60,000, but nobody is saying they went over the plan of attack. You go over the plan of attack. Somebody can say Karen Civil the shit, and then you just give her $60,000? Who the fuck do business like that? No.
Exactly.
The shit, and then we have a sit down, and then we have a rollout, and then we make a plan on what we gonna do, and then I know exactly where all my money is going. I don't need to talk to her.
But there's a lot of green niggas that'll do that dumbass shit.
Yeah, but that's on them.
I know where my money went to. If I made, listen, dog.
Exactly.
Hey, Wack, and this is what you didn't say, bro. I know where my money went because before I paid it to you, I know where it was going. So once I give you my $60,000, I don't never got to talk to Karen Civil again. I'm finna go talk to this street team because I got them on file.
Or like what Wack's saying, I'm gonna talk to my managers.
Because that's what the manager's supposed to do. The artist just sit back and make fucking music. The artist should never be
it's a new day and a new time, and I want any artist on this motherfucker to understand that. It's a new day and a new time. You need to understand everywhere that your point is going first.
You want to protect your money. Check the people that's next to you first if you want to protect your money. Check the people that's next to you.
This is why I'm a manager. Watch this.
Hey, I got a question.
Hold up.
This is why I'm a manager.
Hold up. TD Punch wanted to say something, Keita. TD Punch wanted to say something. Punch wanted to speak.
Hey, let Punch speak.
Punch wanted to speak.
Wait, real quick. I'm trying to ask this Frank in here because Fetty Wap people came in.
That's cool, but let Punch speak. That's Punch. Punch West.
That's Punch, man. Let Punch speak. Go ahead, Punch.
Oh, no. I'm good. I'm just listening and learning.
Punch. Well, Frank, is Frank in here? Hey, look, if Punch ain't gonna speak again, people still coming in. Okay, people still coming into the room. Welcome to the Crenshaw District. Please hit that greenhouse at the top. Hit the bell on the greenhouse as well. Hit the bell on Keita's name. Follow Keita Trotter. She is the creator of the Crenshaw District, creator of this topic today that you all are enjoying and partaking in. You make sure you follow all the moderators, those that are people that resonate with you when they speak. Please do that. All right. Welcome to the Crenshaw District. I'm gonna get the floor over back to the conversation. Y'all
I was trying to see if Frank's still in here. Frank's still in here. If he's not,
why are y'all cutting her off while she talking? Fuck.
Yeah, what you say? Keita, I didn't hear Keita.
Is basically, yeah.
Who that talking?
She's still talking.
Who is that talking? Who is that talking?
I was asking, was Frank in here? Because Fetty Wap people wanted to speak because she stole money from Fetty Wap, but y'all won't shut the hell up.
Yeah, man, whoever that woman is, I need y'all to be quiet.
Fetty Wap is in. They're trying to come up to speak, so I'm trying to see where Frank Robinson is so they can come up and speak their piece.
Trying to get up here too, I think.
I'm gonna let y'all know this, and this is
Can you bring my boy Kermit up, y'all?
Look, Keita, you know this, right? All right, for somebody, this is real shit, because I'm very confused. That's stealing money from this many people, and she is visible as the fuck she is. I'm very fucking confused about this.
But why you very fucking confused? But you, then you're
wait. First of all, no. Let me tell you, all the artists, y'all need to know this. If you got a manager, right, that ain't spending money on you, that ain't providing a way for funds to come to you, that ain't coming out of your pocket, you don't have a motherfucking manager. You got homeboy management. See, can't none of my artists say nothing to me because the first 100, 200, 300,000 comes out of my fucking pocket before I even go get a deal or whatever. So I'm not gonna rob my fucking self. I'm just letting them know.
Okay, so do you understand the fact that if you don't have a manager, maybe Joyner didn't, and your shit just gets stolen out of your own fucking pocket?
He did have a manager. He had a manager.
But where is it at?
What I'm telling you is this: Joyner is a victim. Joyner is a victim of the play.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, goddammit.
Exactly. But what we're saying is that should not have happened.
Man, you talking in an unrealistic world. That's just like saying no sin should happen in the world.
Everybody's just dishonest because it's an unrealistic world.
That's just like saying no sin should happen in the world.
Doing this to black artists. You guys are black.
No, black, white. That don't mean shit. Stop it with that. This is the music business.
With doing this to black artists like
this is the music. But what I'm telling you is what you're saying.
You gotta ask these other black management that.
Yeah, what you're saying is, now kill it with the black shit. What you're saying is this. You're not saying there's no sin in the world. Listen, man, this is why you got to put a team together.
I don't give a fuck about that black or white shit. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Now, you need to stop talking, because I'm going to tell you why you should stop talking.
You know that's for me. I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass.
Wait up. Hold on. Here, let me tell you why you should stop talking. Don't act like you ain't said there many a nights in certain living rooms where motherfuckers is hearing it's a finesse move. We about to finesse.
No, I grew up in a Haitian household.
He's talking to me
where my parents went to
he's talking to Tiara. He's talking to Tiara Marie. If you're not Tiara Marie, you need to mic.
And her,
so
it's a finesse.
Right. You're right about that. And that's what made me get on my shit. Because you're not going to play with my coins that I'm spending out of my motherfucking pocket, period.
Stop. When I'm saying to the room, this is what this is. This is why every artist I sign, Wack spend his money. See, what your manager ain't gonna do, He ain't gonna rob himself of his own motherfucking money. If he believe in you and he fucking with you, he gonna spend his own money out of his own pocket to get you started. Period. Or go to somebody that you know that can watch whoever your homeboy management is. Because a bunch of them out there, if your manager's broke, it's a good chance a nigga can strike a side deal with you. I'm just gonna keep it 100.
And I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah. But what I'm saying, Wack, is everybody should dot their I's and cross their motherfucking T's, from the artist to the manager to the motherfucker that y'all giving money to. Period. That's all I'm saying. Like, let's just do business fairly.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Cross your T's, dot them, whatever you do with the motherfucking T's.
That's not gonna happen. Either, you know that's not gonna happen. People gonna do business with certain people based on the
just because their name got a buzz and we all know it.
Nah,
somebody could lie right now. Somebody could lie right now on this stage and inbox one of these rappers that's in the group right now and say they work with you and boom, drop 5 bands. How much you want to bet? They could even be like, drop 500 and I could contact you, put y'all together. How much you want to bet niggas will really drop that money? These green niggas, these green ass niggas, and this is
that's on them.
Exactly, I know, and that's
there's nothing. I'm gonna be real. Anybody out there? There is nothing wrong with somebody charging a fee to connect you with somebody you can't get to. That's business.
And mind you, it's business, and that's what happens.
I feel like that's the stupidest thing you could do.
No, the fuck it ain't.
Sometimes that's the dumbest thing you could do is motherfucking give your money to somebody that you...
Access code.
Yeah, for real. Because I gave some free access and I regret it.
That's cool, but a lot of people don't have the same access. So a lot of people be really spending money out of their pocket. That's the people that I'm defending, is the motherfuckers who really come out of their pocket and give motherfuckers money and then motherfuckers play them.
No lie, I used to charge niggas $15,000 for a sidewalk meet with Suge Knight.
In the room.
I charged niggas 15 racks for sidewalk meets with Suge Knight. They wanted to pay it, they paid. We ate. Nigga give me 5, he kept 10. That's just what it was. Nah, shit, don't come to me.
But then, what did you do? What did you do with the other money?
They love. What Suge got his cut? I got my cut. What you mean?
But so y'all just took the money and ran all of the money. Y'all
no, we got his meat on the sidewalk. What you mean? Now, if you want to come in the office, that was 25. But if you want to meet on the sidewalk,
the other money, y'all didn't put it into what they gave it to you.
No, you missing the point. All he wanted was a meeting with Suge Knight. We don't know what the nigga wanted to meet about.
That's something totally different. That's not what Joyner was talking about. That's something totally different.
Joyner got work.
Know at the beginning of the day,
Joyner's career, listen.
That's what they doing it for.
Here go the reality of it. Joyner had already spent $500,000 and nobody knew who the fuck he was. So the working just didn't start with the 60. That's all I'm saying.
That was just like last.
Oh, okay, well you should have said that from the
jump. That was just the last
totally
60,000.
The nigga already spent $500. Like the nigga, it was over with.
But Joyner,
I'm not trying to blame the whole shit on Karen at all because
he said that. I didn't say that.
Oh no, I'm saying I knew Joyner was, but that's all I'm saying.
Or attacked or anything like that. But at the end of the day, a motherfucker, if I put my money out, I just want to know where every coin is going. That's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah, you mean to tell me I'm gonna speak on it. You didn't watch me and Ray J with this fake ass military.
And that's it. That's your Black Tea for today. I don't want you to miss any of this Black news, celebrity entertainment, or a splash of controversy. So be sure to subscribe on your way out here only on In the Know Radio, home of the best Black news. I know that's not you. Sitting back there talking about supporting Black businesses and they never really doing it. Get it together. This is for the people who really support Black businesses. Head over to pleasebeeasy.com when you get a chance and help keep the Black dollar in the community for longer than the 6-hour statistics show. But Be More Like Us is a unisex clothing line. So it's got something for you, your honey, and even the kids. I know the fellas head over there because the new releases color coordinate with the new sneaker drops. So sneakerheads, you're welcome. They even have masks over on pleasebeeasy.com. So make sure the first thing you do when you finish this video is head to pleasebeeasy.com for the latest, freshest, unapologetically Black-owned fashion for men, women, and kids. It's time time to face it, boo. Your product needs more exposure. If you want to see your ad here on my channel, be sure to shoot an email over to yt.theplainestjane@gmail.com and let's chat. But hey, listen, check it. I definitely appreciate you coming through and hitting that subscribe button for more black news, celebrity entertainment, and a splash of controversy. Do me a favor and tap that circle right there in the middle of your screen to subscribe and support the movement, or I'll catch you in one of them rectangles over there to the right in another video. I'll see you there.